The only thing we have to
Beer.
is
Beer.
itself.
Beer. So many choices.
Only no function beer well without.
Woohoo! Beer! Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Busters, where we're going to bring you the news and reviews of some wonderful brews. My name is Dan Baker, joined per usual by my co-host and brewologist
Steph Hefner.
and of course the demented and fermented
Wayne Baker.
It's the day.
Yes.
It's today. It's finally here.
the day we've been waiting for.
The day we've been waiting for a very long time. It is the
since last year.
Well, yeah, that's true. The culmination of everything that is Harrisburg Beer Week results in, of course, Little Big Beer Fest here at Appalachian Brewing Company in Harrisburg, and we're on our stage. I don't know why they haven't taken down the Abbey Bar stage sign yet. It's the Beer Buster stage. They got to get on this.
This is what the
Where's
fifth,
Artie?
sixth time we
Probably
recorded on this
sixth,
stage.
I think.
This is the
Been a
first
lot.
time though that a table and chairs were already set up and ready to go for us. So thank you.
You're
yes.
welcome.
Thank
That
you
was
for that.
amazing.
Fun
I walked
fact.
in and I was like,
I have a fun fact. I got married on this stage.
Did you
"Oh,
really?
that's awesome."
That's
awesome.
So it might be Colleen's stage.
I don't know. That's kind of a better claim, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
is.
think so.
That is. Well, there's a lot we have to get to, and of course, we have the ladies here with Stouts and Sluttos, and of course, behind Harrisburg Beer Week. Before we get into talking about the event with you guys, I want to thank Audible for their continued support. audibletrial.com/beerbuster. Sign up for your free 30-day trial of an Audible account where you can download, listen to, keep your own audiobook, and even if you don't keep that trial for a real membership after that, you get a free book out of the deal. So just do it. audibletrial.com/beerbusters.
And as long as you're slashing Beerbusters, go to patreon.com/beerbusters to learn how to become a patron of the podcast. Kick us a couple bucks each time we release an episode and help support the show and get cool behind-the-scenes perks. And there may be new perks coming up in the near future. Dan and I have been discussing
Yes.
some.
Chewy onesie.
The Chewy
Well,
onesie's still out there,
that'll be on
$50. If you become a Patreon for $50, Steph will wear her Chewbacca onesie to every recording for the
Not
rest of
every
time, or
recording.
at least
That
one.
is outrageous.
At least one.
At least one.
I'd
Yeah.
sweat my balls off if I had to wear it. It's warm.
This
But-
just in. Steph has balls.
To keep up with all the cool
It's an
rewards,
expression.
go to patreon.com/beerbusters.
Yes, definitely do that. And there's a lot of events I know Steph would normally talk about, but
Yeah, but I want to drink.
we got a lot we got to do. And, of course, we do have some of the ladies behind the force of Harrisburg Beer Week. Tierney, Colleen, and Chelsea. Ladies, thank you for coming up here.
Always a pleasure.
And to note, Sarah and Jimmy are also on
Yes,
that team.
we can't
but
forget Jimmy.
We're like, we can have three of you. That's it.
Yeah, those are all the mics that we have. That'll at least put up with background noise.
Jimmy's busy lifting
That's true.
things.
Yeah. There's
Jimmy's
still-
busy lifting
There's
things.
still work that needs to be done, so
Yeah,
somebody had to do it.
That is true. So you guys get to step up here, have a little bit of beer, and relax for a little bit. How has the week gone? How's it been?
Busy. Oh
I
my
bet.
gosh.
I bet.
We've
Awesome.
literally been
Yeah.
trying to cover like all aspects of the entire beer week zone all week long. Just going to different events, talking to the brewers, talking to the people that are hanging out. It's been
There's
a lot.
a lot of
Soching.
events.
There's
Yeah.
been a lot of pictures of you
Yeah.
girls and beers and
Yeah. And there was a cruise.
I mean, that's not different than any other week, right?
just more so. A lot more so. That's true. I have to ask, how was the event this week, the ladies' event at Boneshire with
It was
the cookie
awesome.
beer, right?
I work part time at Boneshire, so I can tell you it was like a record night for
Awesome.
Boneshire on a night that they're not normally open. And there were all those ladies there. They sold 1 glass of wine and 2 ciders. So I think that's
so ladies
that's
who love beer showed up, which
That's
is awesome.
something to
Nice.
say.
That's
That
awesome.
says
That's
something.
exciting. That's super exciting.
Yeah.
Very cool. And we were at Imminent Liquidation last Sunday, which was a
That
blast.
was a lot of fun.
But who was at the homebrew event? We were sad that those two events coincided, that we
Yeah,
couldn't
we were
do
all
both.
there.
But that's always a lot of fun.
Yeah, we were all at the homebrew competition. We were also sad that it kind of was at the same time because we know a lot of people try and do both. The homebrew competition was also awesome. The Broad Street Market was a great venue. A lot of people really enjoyed being able to be patrons to the vendors at the market and get some Harrisburgers, get some gyros over at the Greek place. So
It was sold out.
It sold out. It was awesome. Everything's been going incredibly well, like almost too well.
Yeah,
I'm terrified.
Yeah, I was going to
like,
say, knock on wood, we didn't start
And there was such a good variety of styles and not, homebrewers, you think they're going to make a lot of weird stuff, but there was a lot of not weird stuff. There was it was a good
It was
mix.
a good balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Speaking of not weird stuff,
So I was just
can
gonna
I
say
tell
that
you how
exact
excited
thing.
I am that the 717 collab this year is a Pilsner?
Yes.
That's one of my favorite all-time beer styles
It
ever.
has basil in it, which I adore. Herbs in beer.
It was cool to see them do something different than an IPA. There are plenty of really awesome local IPAs already what's, we don't need another one. Let's focus on a different style and to use something like herbs in a beer instead of, we added more hops or we added grapefruit or whatever. Do something completely different.
I think a lot of beer nerds kind of avoid Pilsners, maybe, but this is a whole different thing.
twist.
Not me.
It's
If
so
there's
good.
one on your menu, I'm ordering it.
Yeah.
I love it. It's so good. I
If it's
love
made
the
well,
herbal
it's
aspect.
great, yeah.
You wouldn't know there's basil in it when you're drinking it, though. It just gives
It's
that
balanced.
nice, fresh, earthy herbal. note to
Everyone
it.
should tell Jamie that there's not enough lime in it because he dropped a bowl of it on the floor while we were there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We were,
So when Jimmy comes up-
zesting again this year.
If Jimmy comes up and say, "Hey, this 717 is really good, but it's not lime
use a
enough,"
little more
no,
lime.
no, no.
Yeah, like one more bowl's worth.
I'll be
would
sure to give him crap
perfect.
about that today. Poor guy.
So, what are the breweries that collaborated on this year's? I know it was brewed at Trogs, correct?
Correct. It's still the same three. It's Pizza Boy, Appalachian Brewing Company, and Troke still, holding down the 717 for us. We're hoping that, we'll see what happens with it with the future. If they decide that they want to keep doing it, or if they want to start including some of the other newer breweries, we'll see how it goes. But I've always been happy with the three of them, and they are too. So
We always have fun going over there and zesting with them and stuff.
no more zesting. No more
So much
zesting.
They're like,
zesting.
can we please have a beer next year that doesn't include any fruit in it, so we don't have to come.
We've
zest?
zested 3 years in a row, so that's why we're a little.
We're over
arms
it.
are tired.
Were you sticky again this year? I guess we have to ask.
Not as much. We were,
So sticky. I actually didn't get to zest this year because they did it on a day where I couldn't get out of work. So I am unsticky this year.
So how cute are these tasting glasses?
They're awesome.
Little Big
I
Beer
was
Fest.
gushing over them when Rich brought them to the table. They're almost like tiny snifters, I guess.
They are very
Yeah.
tiny,
Adorable.
tiny
It's
It's
6
very
ounce
nicely
snifters.
in your hand.
Well, if you
Yeah.
look at our beer week merch this year, we have like the stemless wine glass style of glass too, so they match like a
Oh,
little
that's
one.
awesome.
Oh, it's like the
cool.
mini
And it's
version,
perfect
yeah.
for this event because this is the type of glass you want to use to
Exactly.
drink these beers.
Exactly.
So that
Yes.
that means a lot that you were thoughtful in the glassware when you
Yes,
were
and they're very
choosing it.
photogenic.
It's proper glassware.
That is proper.
Hashtag proper glassware.
I appreciate their
So true.
photogenic nature because that's going to probably be the main image for this episode. Is going to be a
on.
picture
Yay!
of these glasses.
Yeah, and I have a crap ton of tasting glasses, so these will go somewhere special.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
pretty
sure.
nice.
Or I
Pretty
guess
sweet.
mine. I might
Yeah.
try to steal theirs, but
So if this was the collab, I know there was something big that was happening with local brewers where it was like 12 breweries got involved in another collaboration beer. I thought that was going to be the 717. What was that?
So Al kind of organized their own huge collaboration thing that they did before Beer Week. They had just basically every brewery in the area come over and brew this, what was it, like a tropical punch, Hawaiian punch IPA. And we were all confused about it too. We're like, wait, is 717? Because we hadn't heard much about 717 before that. We're like, wait, is that taking this over? And it just turned out he wanted to have a really big collaboration.
Yeah.
They
It was just a
they wanted to
separate
drink some
initiative.
hop slam. They wanted to drink hop slam and brew an IPA, and they did, and it was tasty.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
good.
that about the Harrisburg beer scene. The brewers are always getting
Yeah.
together doing
It-
collaborations.
Absolutely, and I mean, it wasn't for Beer Week, but we felt proud of our friends, all the brewers that we know who got together and did it. It was really cool.
And
You
there
know-
were a lot of other collaborations during Beer Week this
There
year.
were.
Like,
Moo
there's
Duck. Moo Duck.
Moo Duck did what was it, like 9 collaborations?
Yeah,
or
I got
something
over.
like
I got
that?
over there for it. It was cool. It was like a bunch of dudes who were sitting around the bar is who they collaborated with. It was really cool. It was really cool.
Well, I know you still have a lot to do. The doors haven't quite opened yet, but have fun today. And I don't know, you guys might be a little bored tomorrow. You're not gonna
I think we're going to be sleeping.
Yeah, or
tomorrow.
sleeping.
I'm gonna be
Sleeping
sad
all day.
tomorrow. I love
Yeah.
Beer Week.
There's always that like letdown that it's over, but
Yeah.
then you're like,
Wait, I don't have anything to do today. I don't know what to do now.
I'm
What
gonna-
am I supposed to
I
do?
think
I'm gonna
all
drink-
year is beer year for us.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drink all the crowlers I've collected over the week.
Yeah.
Good idea. Yeah.
don't do it all at once.
No.
Of course not.
And Colleen, I do have to say, I'm getting a lot more lime the more I drink.
No,
I
okay.
really am.
So maybe So Al said maybe we should tell Jimmy there's just enough lime.
just enough. Just enough. I agree.
But
I
you
agree.
should really emphasize the amount of lime in it when you see Jimmy.
That's
We definitely will.
we will.
Ladies, thank you for coming up here and starting off the show with us. Thank you for putting this on, and thank you for doing all of Beer Week. Thanks for starting
Thank,
that. It's a
thank you
great-
guys for having us and supporting us since the beginning.
Yeah, it's a great service to the area, and it's awesome to see the great turnout you get at all the events. It's really cool. Congratulations on all the
Yes.
success. Can't wait till next
Awesome.
year.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Cool, thank you.
Cheers.
The doors still haven't opened yet, and already it's a blast in here. It always is. I love Little Big Beer Fest, but we have coming up to the microphone now Mike, who's from Moo Duck, who's been on plenty of times, and Patrick, who is we'll explain in a little bit where you come in and play with it. But gentlemen, I need to thank you for coming up here to the table with us.
Hey, thanks for having us. Good to be back.
Is this? I would assume this is probably not the first event you've done for Beer Week, is it?
No, this is our third event for the week.
For a second, I thought you said 30th event.
30th.
And
We've been really busy. No, we started off the week. We were at Tattered Flag for their Little Beer Fest.
Oh, yes.
Which
where,
I love that they did that.
Yeah, really cool
I wish I
event.
could have been there.
Unfortunately, I wasn't there, but our beer was there.
What'd you have there?
We had our Great 38 Pale Ale. Nice little 5% Mosaic Hop Session Pale Ale.
Ooh.
I love Mosaic.
And actually, Steph, last time you were Mood Dog, I think that's what you had and really enjoyed.
Yep. I was so-shing all about that beer.
And we won the People's Choice that night at Tattered Flag.
Nice.
So
Oh, very cool.
awesome.
Well, congratulations.
We did really well with that, too. So.
Yeah.
And then we hosted a small batch collaboration night at Mood Duck on Wednesday. And the place was packed. We had a great turnout. People really enjoyed trying 9 unique small batch beers that I brewed with employees, friends, homebrewers, Mood Duck regulars, and all kinds of different fun ingredients used that night. And we just had a blast.
What did the girls say? Just 9 random people
sitting around the bar. Yeah. Sitting there, hey, you want to brew a beer? Sure, let's go.
Well, that collaboration kind of leads us into where Patrick comes into play, right?
Yep.
So you were one of the collaborators on one of the beers, right?
Correct. Yep.
Very
that
cool.
Wednesday we had a beer called Belgian Fufu, which was
Belgian Fufu. I love
modeled
it.
after a homebrew called Sissy Fufu. So,
What kind of beer was it?
you
said Belgian Fufu?
Yeah, it was like a honey wheat with Belgian yeast, and we put some blueberries, raspberries, strawberries.
Sounds really
I was going to say, that was the style. Belgian Fufu.
Yeah,
You
I was
haven't
like,
heard of
I
that?
haven't heard that style. That must be new to the guidelines.
Yeah, it's in the
That's-
BJCP.
Yeah, right. That sounds really, really good, though.
It was tasty.
Very cool. What was the reception for that? Everybody like it? I would,
Yeah,
hope- I would
it was
imagine
good
so. It
beer.
sounds delicious.
It came out really good. And,
Good.
we had a good time. There was a lot of great beers that night. So
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Speaking of great beer,
Yes.
Wow, right to the point.
Right to
there's
it.
3 really
Jeez.
pretty
We got
ones
3 of
sitting in
them.
front of me that I really want to drink. Which one should we drink
Yeah,
first?
where are we
Mike?
going first?
Start middle.
Middle?
All right.
All right.
So this is our She'll Never Let Us Call It That we aged on mango. She'll Never Let Us Call It as our interpretation of the whole New England style IPA. So it's a beer that's garnering a lot of attention for us right now.
This is the beer that you brought like 2 growlers of to the Ephrata Beer Fest, right?
Yes.
And each
Yes.
hour you opened one
Yes.
of the
Oh,
growlers,
yeah.
and
Oh, I
everyone was
remember
like,
that, yes.
"Zoom,"
Yes.
and they were gone
Yes.
like that.
That was really good.
So that was the base beer that time, and then
and now
this
there's
one we just happened to age on a little bit of mango. It's our
Aw.
first time trying that, and we actually weren't going to bring that, but I had tasted it out of the tank yesterday. And I said, you know what, we got to keg some of this and bring it along today.
so good.
was
Very
it
nice.
fresh mango or puree or how'd you do
Mango
it?
chunks.
Nice. Very nice.
So yeah, fresh mangoes.
You get the fresh mango flavor, but it doesn't overwhelm the
Oh,
beer.
yeah.
You still
Yeah.
get that great
Oh, it's like a perfect
beer.
harmony. Oh my god.
And that's super dangerous. That's an 8% beer there,
Yeah.
and it doesn't taste
you can't
No,
taste
it doesn't.
anything
Yeah.
like it.
I gotta remember it's Little Big Beer Fest.
Yeah, everything's going to be a little up there. Although the 717 we started with was...
Well, I mean that needs to be here just because.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is delicious, though.
So that is
Let me
the
steal
one
last sip.
non-collaboration beer on the table. Although Pat's drank plenty of that beer before, so he kind of has helped.
I've sampled.
Quality
Good way to
control.
put it.
in there.
Somebody's
Yeah.
got to do it. By the way, I gotta mention to our audience.
Are you going to say what I think you're going to say?
Yeah. Pat's shirt says
yep.
"I love intercourse,"
Beer.
and then it says "beer" real small
Yeah.
in parentheses under it. So
From the now defunct Intercourse Brewing Company.
that's awesome.
Lives on in spirit.
Yep.
So the other 2 are part of the collaboration series,
So
right?
so these next 2 were brewed with Pat, and these were just simply getting out
Oh, they're both yours.
our
cool.
our homebrew equipment and just seeing what we could come up with. So the first one is also an IPA. This was our first experiment with the whole idea of a milk sugar IPA. And then to make it fun, and because it's really fun to say, we had to kumquats to it.
What's this one called?
Just simply kumquat IPA, I guess. We had some names that we were, contemplating, but
Some name.
I think that works. I mean, in the notes here, it's just Kumquat Hazy Imperial IPA.
Yeah.
I think that's a perfect name.
yeah, so we added some milk sugar to it. So for my personal taste, it's a little too sweet for me, but and this one does not
It's-
hide the booze.
Yeah, it's
This
boozy.
one's-
Oh wow, yeah, that is boozy.
What is the ABV?
That's 11. So
Good lord.
and it's fresh, so it's not like a stout that's aged for a little bit. It's super fresh, but
It goes well with pain meds.
it's kind of like an orange,
Sure it does. I'm sure.
almost kind of an orange creamsicle thing going on.
It does. It's got a nice
Yeah.
like full body to
Yeah.
it.
Oh, it
Yeah.
really does. Holy cow.
and
but
that's,
yeah.
probably the milk sugar. Mm-hmm. Yep.
But that one, yeah, you can sense the alcohol in
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah, for sure.
Now I have to ask about this third one because I'm currently trying to add it on Untapped. What is the ABV on this stout?
10.
Okay.
Oh, you're like actually adding it, not checking it in.
Untapped, thanks you. Well, that one is actually on Untapped, but this one is not.
Oh, yeah, the
I
next
put
one.
them all in, but
So this is also a collaboration with
Correct.
you, Patrick.
Are all your
Is
collaborations?
it just me, or is the head or is it the lights?
Could be the
Kind of
lights.
like has a reddish hue, but it could be the lights.
it could be.
It's kind of pretty though.
It's raspberry, so it could certainly pull off
Oh
a
my
little bit
god!
of
Smell this!
Oh, Rich is getting the smell check.
Holy crap!
So this one is kind of going
your
back
mic's not on.
to the harkening back to some of my old homebrew days. And when you're a home brewer at first, you have a tendency to just want to throw a bunch of ingredients in and just see what happens. And so that's what we did with this. So it's got fresh raspberries, and then it's got coffee, it's got vanilla, and we even add a little cocoa nibs in there just for fun.
It's like a raspberry truffle exploding in your mouth.
You get a lot of raspberry
What?
and chocolate in the aroma.
Stop
Really
hogging
like.
that beer then. Send it down
I
my
haven't
way.
tasted it yet.
Well, hurry up.
I'm releasing the bouquet.
Oh, God.
It's definitely a Dan beer.
Bouquet.
So dessert in a glass right
Oh
there.
my god, that's an
Oh, wow.
understatement.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Did we say it? Did I miss it? What's the ABV?
So that's 10 on that one.
That one's 10.
Oh, my God. You are not kidding. This smells fantastic.
I
It's really nice. That's really nice. So, Patrick, are all your collaborations Imperial? Is that like a trend?
No, it just happened.
What in the hell is
Happened to be.
We rounded
Holy
up.
shit.
We did the Imperial Lager as well that we ended up not bringing, but we went 9, 10, 11%.
Yeah, we just wanted to go 9,
Nice.
10, 11 and just see what happened. And
So, we really like doing nicknames on our podcast, so I think you're going to be Imperial Patrick.
Oh, I like it.
I like it.
I like it. I can play the Imperial March.
Well, I would if we wouldn't get sued.
Yeah, Disney's lawyers are pretty voracious.
Yeah. That's incredible.
That's
Do
delicious.
you have any aspirations of going professional with your brewing?
No, I think every home
High
brewer at
five
one
for
point
that.
Yeah.
thinks that.
There's
but I
something to
love,
keeping it a hobby.
Yeah, I just love doing it and handing it out to friends and hanging out with Mike has been a great time. So
Mike is an awesome
he's taught me
guy.
a lot, and I just like brewing beer. So
yeah, right.
if I do open a brewery, it will be next to Mood Up.
Yeah, he keeps joking. He's taking the garage next to us, and we're gonna.
Nice.
Put them right out of business.
It's that Imperial again.
No, that's not the love in the craft beer industry. We support and love everyone, and we
I don't
support.
know. He's like the
great-
Darth Vader of brewers over
But-
there.
Yeah, well, Imperial Patrick.
Yeah, exactly.
Dun,
Pat's been one of those
dun.
really inquisitive guys who, right from the start when we opened, just was always asking brewing questions. So you could tell he was a home brewer right from the start.
Nice.
Cool.
And I think one of the first times there, I took him back into the brewery and kind of started showing him around. So we struck up a pretty good friendship and tend to drink a lot and brew a lot and have
Yeah, it was
fun
a great
together.
opening.
But, yeah.
I was the first person to ask for the tour at Mood Up,
Nice.
Nice.
and I got it.
There should be a
Good for
plaque
you.
there in your honor.
I know, it should be, right?
Instead of me just breaking
Or
your
a
stuff
post-it
and-
note with a tack through it
That's
or
better.
That works too.
That's
That,
better.
that,
counts as a
that would be
plaque.
perfect, actually.
Our producer's giving us the sign over here.
Oh, yeah. We got to keep them short today,
Yeah,
people.
Rich is keeping us on schedule. Thank
We
you,
have
Rich.
so many people we want to talk to. Well, Mike,
Yeah.
as always, it's so
Yeah,
good to
it's
see
really
you.
good to see you
Send our
guys.
love to
Always,
Kristen.
always,
Yeah.
Yep.
And Patrick, it was awesome to
That
meet
was
you.
great.
We look
Thank you
forward
so
to,
much.
I mean, if this is how you're collaborating, you and Mike need to collaborate more often.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah,
Thank
definitely.
you.
And,
I will.
you know, she'll never let us call it that. I got it.
There you
Yes.
go.
Isn't a freaking amazing
Oh,
beer.
Yeah.
what? Before you go, what wouldn't she let you call it?
So there was no one name. You know, you guys know Kristen a little bit, but
Yeah.
she's pretty sassy. But
That's why I like her so much.
we were coming up with a bunch of names. So this is a new beer. Actually, last year this beer was called Little Big Brewfest IPA.
Right,
that we brought
okay.
in.
Oh,
So that was
yeah.
our kind of unveiling of that beer. And so once we scaled it up, we really didn't have a name. I was going through a little bit of writer's block to speak, coming up with names. So we just started passing tablets around the brewery, and people were writing down names. And
And it was-
as they
yeah.
came back to us, me and some of the other bartenders were just, oh, she'll never let us call it that. She'd never let us call it that. She'd never let us call it that. So after going through a couple pages of saying that, we
It's
said,
just-
you know what?
that's the name.
That's what we're
I
just
think
gonna call it, right?
I think we figured it out.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Cool.
Perfect.
Well, guys,
Well,
thank you
thanks
so
so
much
much.
for coming up to the table.
Have
Thanks for
fun
sharing
today.
these awesome beers.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Have
Appreciate
fun. I think this is the first time that we've gone rapid fire before the doors have opened for an event, and we got to thank Rich for keeping us on schedule. But yeah, we have with us one of the other brewers who's been on the show. You may have heard him a very long time ago. It's been a while since we've had you on, but we of course have JR from South County. How are you?
Hey
man?
guys, how you doing?
Good, good.
Good to see you.
How long has it been since you've been? It's been a long time.
2 years
Yeah.
plus.
We've mentioned you a lot, though.
We
yeah,
do
which
talk
I
about you a
appreciate
lot.
it. I do appreciate
Yeah.
the love. I do listen and watch you guys' stuff. So
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, what did we have? We were at Green and Verse. You weren't there with us, Steph.
No.
We had. Was it Virgil?
Or you had Virgil.
Oh, we had Virgil.
But I
Oh,
did get,
yeah.
I got Virgil another time.
Virgil
Yeah.
was delicious.
I think that was the star of the night for me. It was a fantastic beer.
That
I
was
mean, I don't
awesome.
think I've had
That was
anything from you that
awesome.
I didn't like.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, we try to brew to balance, full flavor. You know, maybe not always the most bombastic beer, but just as well crafted as we can within our know-how and balance. I think it's always key. As big as it is, as small as it is, just balance, balance, balance. You know,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
kind of our motto. So.
Well, what's new in the world of South County?
A lot of stuff. I mean, our distribution is kind of, a long time ago, self-distribution, everybody always had mixed feelings about it, but now it's actually with the way Pennsylvania is growing and just our sales guy, James, it's actually been really beneficial to us. And we have a weird spot. It's not going to be a lot of volume, but we're going to start selling in Georgia.
Whoa!
Of all
nice.
things,
That's
yeah.
so cool.
It was just a mutual friend that picked up our beer that has a very, very small artisan distributor kind of thing with a couple shops, and it's the control in the beer is always going to be kept cold, fresh. They come get it themselves. So I figured, why not? You know what I mean? And it's not going to hurt our distribution up here. It's just a couple of beers down there, a couple cases, couple kegs. So that'll be fun. It's through a company called Modern Hops, Eric Levin down there, and just something fun to do. Actually, they have the beer down there today at a brew fest. We ship cans down to them to do something.
That's
with,
cool.
So.
What's your distribution otherwise then? 'Cause that seems...
We do 9 counties in Pennsylvania, 4 of them through a distributor. The other 5 James takes care of, and then we do Hartford and Cecil County in Maryland. And we're slowly, as soon as we get we got some more tanks on order, we're going to get into Baltimore, which I think would be really good for us. So.
Nice. That's really cool.
But yeah, a couple new beers coming up. Sound Machine, which is a really cool pale ale. We've been doing a lot of pale ale stuff right now. Pale ales dry hop like IPAs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Which that one's tough because Galaxy's been really hard to get even through contract. But that should ease up because they put in a lot of acreage down in Tasmania to try to tackle that problem. But we have the show next month, which is our 6th anniversary, which it's unbelievable. It's
6
That's
already?
Incredible.
Yeah, 6th anniversary.
Wow. Well,
congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Wow.
And we knock on wood. It feels like we're surviving it, but we have 4 bands coming in on the 20th down at the Brewery of May, and Sound Machine's dropping in cans, and then Gelato is actually going to drop in cans.
So is Sound Machine a collab with a beer, or you just happen to call it because you love music?
That's our name, and it's kind of like a spin on like the 70s disco vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you look at it, it reminds you of like the old school disco, like baseball shorts, like 3/4 slings. You just have to see the branding for it. But what we really were trying to do is we're trying to take old hops that people kind of forgotten about, like Cascade and Bravo, and then we did throw in a little bit of El Dorado, which isn't as in vogue right now. But what we got out of it was just an awesome kind of like with the lactose sugar and wheat and everything else we're doing, almost like a dreamsicle kind of flavor. It's an extra pale ale. It's like 6.5% or something like that. And just trying to reinvent new things and do different stuff. And I don't know. It's like you can always chase down the most sexy hops that are whatever, but they're hard to get a hold of. They're expensive.
Yeah.
There's certain things that running a business you have to keep in consideration. And we're all about, once again, doing amazing beers that people ask us the recipe, and 9 times out of 10 we'll tell them, and it's almost like they're disappointed that it's not more complicated, or it's like, no,
Like,
it's just
that's
real
it?
simple, really well made. A couple different techniques to it, and that's what we've been experimenting the most with lately is pushing technique.
Very cool.
That's been our biggest thing. I mean, we use one London house culture for everything in house there. We do more with lagers as of late, Hellas and Pilsner and stuff like that, but just keep it simple and clean and make it good. So
That's important.
Yes.
It is very important.
So
yes.
what should we drink first?
Yeah.
I would say probably the gelato, only because the Lupulin Church does actually have some bitterness to it that I wouldn't want it to detract from it. But
Oh my god. So it
That's already
says
losing it.
the description. It says conditioned on fruit / vanilla. What
Yep.
fruit is in this?
So that's fresh Chanterelle strawberry puree with just a touch of vanilla. We got lactose sugar, a decent 10% of lactose sugar, wheat, and a ton of oats in there.
Now, does this also have lemons? Because of course, I'm always on
Yes,
Untapped.
it has a touch of lemon to it,
okay.
and we've been going.
Would you say a subtle hint of lemon?
Yeah, very
A
subtle
subtle hint of lemon.
We've been going back and forth between what's too much and what's not enough. So this one we went a little bit more reserved on today. So it's just a subtle tartness.
Oh my god. Have you ever been to the Answer in Richmond, Virginia?
I have not. I want to get down that way though.
On Mekong does these beers, these insane beers with crazy amount of fruits. Like he does this Cromer juice beer. This seriously tastes exactly like those amazing beers he brews
Oh, that's
down
cool.
there.
That's neat. Somebody's
We
doing stuff
have
like that, yeah.
our own Answer in freaking. Oh my god! Holy shit! You need
Thumbs
to
up
keep
from
brewing it.
Rich.
This is amazing.
Well, cans next month. I brew it on Monday.
Listen,
so,
people,
yeah.
you do not need to drive to Richmond. You just need to drive to South County. Holy crap! Wait till you try that. Holy crap!
Oh, it
I'm
smells
waiting
awesome.
patiently.
Holy crap!
And if it's any consolation, that beer came out of 5-gallon plastic buckets. So.
Oh my god!
It's got strawberry jam in
Holy
the aroma.
Exactly.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
so
crap.
nice.
Heavy jam quality. And then we use some hops in there to basically hops that all exude very berry-like profiles.
Oh,
And then
wow.
each time we
Holy
release this
crap.
beer,
Wow.
we're going to change the fruit. We're going to dial the hops to cater to that fruit, whether it be peach or apricot or whatever we're doing with it. But
Okay, but I do have one request. You need to do like a 4% version of this because I could down that like
That's
that.
Yeah,
scary
it's very.
part.
What,
It's
what is that?
It's 8%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't taste it. It doesn't taste
yeah,
it.
when you do it at a lesser percentage, the sweetness overwhelms it. That's the only thing I don't think we could do and keep the balance,
keep it
unfortunately.
dry,
And the
yeah.
alcohol is very, very important in getting to everything to kind of like meld together. It acts as a solvent.
Right.
So 4%. I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm not saying we won't try it. I know that we do need the alcohol to kind of make that
it
thing
won't be quite
blend
the
and,
same.
and meld itself together.
6% maybe. Come on, I can't.
Maybe.
The more weight I lose, the less I can drink, and I get drunk really fast.
Yeah.
JR, come on, I want to be able to drink a few of these.
You weren't kidding when you said strawberry jam. Like,
Yeah.
even in the flavor too. It
In the
almost
aroma,
reminds me
yeah.
like if I'm running late and I want to grab some food at home, I'll just put some toast in and slap some
Exactly,
strawberry jelly on it.
But we think it's balanced. We don't think it's artificial because it's
Not
not.
at
It's
all.
real fruit.
Not at all.
That's the thing. It has a very natural
and
taste
you
to
need
it.
to try this.
And the idea is if you've ever had like real Italian gelato ice cream, if it melted and it had alcohol in it, that's what we're trying to go for with it, you know.
Right, right.
Ah, that I get.
The whole series is called gelato.
Makes
You know,
sense.
That dense cream based kind of ice cream, you know, where they
Okay, I will eat my words. I am one of those people that said, "Why the hell are brewers putting freaking lactose in beer? It's stupid. I don't like it." You just proved me wrong.
Yeah, try
Well, and Mike just had one up here too. All right.
Yep.
try Sound Machine when it comes out. I think that's another one for
eating
an
my
extra
words.
pail. I think is going to change people's minds. you
Steph rarely eats her words.
That is
this
very
is
true.
a monumental occasion.
We've known
right
her
now.
all of our lives, and yeah.
I'm very opinionated, and you don't have to agree with me. And I hope not all of our listeners.
No,
agree
but what's
with me,
awesome
but-
is that like you can, even as long as we've been into beer, as long as you've been into beer, and all the beers that you've had, you can still try beers that change your mind about
Yeah.
things.
Sure,
Yeah.
and
And
I
that's
look
awesome.
forward to that. I hope
Yeah.
people keep pushing the boundaries, but do it in balanced and well executed ways.
Don't do
you
it
know
as
what I
a
mean?
gimmick. Do it where you
Yeah,
actually.
I feel like there's some gimmicky stuff
Have a
coming
reason
in,
for
and there's
it.
a lot of like robbing from pop culture just to keep some popularity right now with some of the stuff that's going on, and
Yeah.
it's all good, whatever. But I'm all like push the boundaries, give a total middle finger to history in a way. If you're doing it in a balanced, sustainable, executed manner that shapes craft beer in a good way, dude, I'm all about it. you
Cool.
know, so
That's very well
absolutely.
done. Now, this other one that we
Speaking
have,
of well done.
is Lupulin Church,
Yeah,
right?
Lupulin Church. So what we wanted to do there is just another really silly. It's like 10 different hops in that beer. Big, bold, bombastic, rich, with some actual bitterness in the bottom. So it's it's definitely got some kettle hops to it. Fruit, apricot, big old school bitterness. Columbus in the bottom end of it. Kind of like we're going to take you to church with some hop
Some
flavors.
hot, yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
It's
And
that's
I think you've brewed. I've had this before.
We had that last year, and
Yeah.
we tweaked it a little bit this year, just on what we did last year and what we had available.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always the reason we wanted to brew something specific for here last year, and it was kind of a kitchen sink beer. We just cleared out the freezer, so we just tried to replicate that and tweak a couple things this time. But it's good. We dig it.
Holy crap.
That is really good.
Well, before we let you go, I have to ask, how's Bear?
Bear's good. He's a 160-pound lap dog.
Good God.
He tends to try to sleep on my head most nights, but no, he's a sweetheart, and he's been a great dog. So
Was he the first dog we had on the show too?
no.
All right.
Wit was
Was Wit?
Oh, Wit was
Wit
the
was
first.
first.
That's true.
Yeah.
We
But no,
love our dogs.
He's healthy and kicking, and
Good.
sleeps more than he does anything else. So.
Ah.
Aw, that's awesome. We'll give him a big hug or
Will do.
lick or I don't know,
Yeah.
pet.
Lick?
I guess that doesn't make sense.
No.
Of your dog, it does, but
Yeah. Go home and lick your dog for
yeah,
us.
sure, it's a new thing. Well, they have those like plastic tongues you put in your mouth so you can lick
Oh,
your
my
cat,
God.
right?
Those.
So it's not
Oh,
that
God.
far.
Is it
right?
wrong that I kind of want to get that?
Yeah, it is.
It's a bit
It
out
is.
there for me, but I won't judge.
I just want to give it a shot.
Go for it.
I don't know.
Go for it.
Whatever.
Well, thanks so much, JR.
Thank you,
I
guys.
always look forward to trying new stuff from
Yeah, man.
South
And we
County.
need to actually
we need
record
to
an
get back
episode at the brewery.
yeah.
Yep,
we
come
need to
down
set that up
anytime.
and make it
Absolutely.
happen.
As cool as it was being at your house last time.
That was
Yeah.
pretty
Well,
cool.
I live in Fawn now. We sold the York house. So
Oh,
we could
wow.
Yeah, so I'm literally you can see the brewery from my house.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
which
there
is
you go.
really nice.
There you
So,
go.
Nice, easy
you need a
commute.
mobile studio
Yeah,
so you can roll it to the brewery.
roll it to the brewery.
Yeah.
All my stuff's in storage now.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah.
then, now's the time to do it then.
Yeah, that's true.
Just saying.
Well, yeah, JR, thanks for coming up
All
here,
right,
man.
guys. Thank you.
Thank
Cool.
you.
Have a good one.
Cheers. Okay, the doors have finally opened here at Little Big Beer Fest, and the crowd's coming in. Of course, they're all getting their taster glasses, which are really cool that we talked about earlier. And I like that, like the layout of the room here. If you've never been to the Abbey Bar, it's pretty cool. There's a couple pool tables up here. Rich is now pouring for the brewery that we have on, which we'll get to in a second. And then you go back, and there's another room back there. But everybody's just like pounding their beers right now, not realizing that they're all going to be high ABV. So they're going to be feeling this in about a half hour.
Yep.
But Coming up to the table now is somebody I'm very excited to have on here because I've been to this place before. From the Millworks, we have Jeff with us. Jeff, how are you, man?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Doing great.
Fantastic.
I've been to the Millworks, pretty much like Midtown Harrisburg, right? It's
correct.
a really cool spot that's there.
Yes.
It's a nice mixture of art, and then the bar that's in there. I know you guys have your own things, but you have a full bar also.
That's correct. Yep.
And it's like an upscale feel, and then the beer is delicious too. I had, was it a saison
I love
that
when
was?
Dan gushes.
Oh god,
Yeah, I know.
Well, you guys did I think it was a saison that you put like apple into.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my god, it was incredible.
Oh, well,
it was
thank you.
so good.
That was actually kind of a funny experiment. So we took as a brewery, we're a little interesting because the restaurant and the bar has been open long before the brewery came online. So we already had kind of like an existing clientele, and we were selling a lot of fruit-based beers. And being a farm-to-table restaurant, we were struggling to come up with like a concept that would work at a financial level. So we started making this apple spice saison, basically from mulled apple cider that we mixed with our house saison, and it's like everybody's favorite. Well, I shouldn't say everybody's favorite, but
How
if you
can
like
you
kinda,
go wrong though?
That
It
sounds
sounds
really
like
good.
they're meant to go together.
Yeah,
Sounds really
it
good.
works really well, and it's a way to use local Apple products.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I
turned out
love
real well.
I love all of the artist studios that are in the same building there. It's a really unique place to go that you can have a great dinner, enjoy some beers, and then do a little shopping or even just browsing, going around looking at all the great paintings and jewelry and ceramics, and it's such a unique location in Central PA.
It absolutely is. If you're not coming just for the beer, you can, all those things you had mentioned. You got a little bit of something for everybody. Now we have our rooftop beer garden open as well.
Oh, cool!
I can't wait.
And so that's super cool. We're actually today doing a pig roast up there.
Oh, wonderful.
So all Millworks beers and just long German-style beer garden tables. So
That's awesome.
super cool place to hang out at nighttime. We're doing today too, but I think
So
particularly cool at
you
night.
said the restaurant was there first. What was the inspiration for including a brewery?
Well, it's kind of funny because the owner and I had met through a mutual friend, and at the time he was going through the rehab of the Millworks, and I said to him, I was like, "Oh, I've always loved your building. I thought it would make a great brewery." And he's like, "We'll talk later." So I guess he had sort of envisioned opening up a brewery from day one, but just the way things strung out financially speaking, he needed to get it up and running, and so literally a month after the Millworks opened, we started talking through the process of how to get a brewery in there, and basically from day one we were talking about it, and about a year later that's when things came online for us.
So that was a pretty quick from conception to reality.
Yeah. Josh, he's the owner there. He doesn't let what is it saying, a Rolling Stone collect moss.
Right, exactly.
So he's a go-getter, and we started construction January 2016 and began brewing August. So
Wow.
In about 8 months turnaround.
Very nice. Very nice.
So what was your experience prior to coming to Millworks?
So for the 2 years prior to that, I was actually doing hard cider. I was down at Jack's Hard Cider. I was doing I was their cider maker, kind of manning all operations there. And then for about 5 years prior to that, I was at Trogs Brewing, both in Harrisburg and Hershey. And then I started my brewing career at Weyerbacher after graduating from UC Davis.
So pretty much all big names, which is awesome.
Yeah, this is being part of the Millworks. Like, I wouldn't have wanted to tackle something like this, like conceptually, without the experience that I had. So I think it's kind of paid off in that way.
Yeah, definitely.
So you brought 2 beers to the table. What should we start with?
I would probably go with the barley one.
So that's this one, I assume.
Yeah, that's the darker of the two.
Oh, and this is in Dad's Hat Rye Whiskey Barrels, local whiskey.
I love Dad's Hat so much.
Yeah, I knew Dan was going to be excited about this one.
Of course I am, but I like that, of course, being Little Big Beer Fest, we have to figure out what's not going to kill your palate, but you also figure out what makes sense alcohol-wise, but everything's just going to...
Yeah, that's the problem.
It's all
you don't know
over
what
the top.
to pick first.
Like, you start with the barley wine and then go to a triple IPA.
Yeah, right.
Just makes sense. Okay, now people that know me and most of our listeners know that I freaking hate barley wines. That
really do.
I was waiting to see what you
That
thought.
is freaking amazing.
Oh, well, thank you.
That is delicious, and I'm not just saying that because he's sitting across the table from me.
I'm going to do this thing that I always fucking do.
Do it.
So I haven't tasted it yet. I've only smelled it, and it reminds me of something, and I can't think of what.
Oh,
It happens
we're
to
doing
me
that again.
We're playing that
all
game.
the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Like, that reminds me of something.
Well, when I get the aroma, I'll be able to.
Yeah, this is what happens when you have to share out of
Was
one
that
glass.
a hint?
Kind of.
Oh, that's really nice.
It's amazing.
But also, like most of the time, your experiences with that tend to blend with my experiences with it. Considering
It's
we
probably
grew up
something
together.
from our childhood. Yes, that's really nice.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm real happy with this one turn.
Not too hot, just enough
There's
sweet.
there's a sweetness in the aroma.
It's not too sweet, not too hot. It's very well
It's-
balanced. It's clean
It's like
and crisp.
it smells
for a
like
barley
a
wine.
candy. It smells
Yeah.
like a candy. Like
Yeah.
That makes
is
sense.
it? The little wrapped strawberry things that Grandma would always have. Is it those?
No,
but close.
No, maybe.
No, not strawberry. I don't know.
I think there's a little bit of cherry and vanilla in the aroma, probably coming from the barrel.
From the barrel.
Oh my
yeah.
God, that is delicious.
That is really nice. What's the ABV on that?
This is 10%.
10%.
So it's definitely an English style barley wine. Not
Right.
not much way in the hops.
Right.
I tend to like more English style barley wines.
And actually, surprisingly
It does have a
enough,
very familiar smell.
it does. It has, but surprisingly enough, and this is the fest where it would happen, I actually would have thought this would be a little higher than 10 after
Yeah.
tasting it. Yeah.
How long did it age?
So we got a blend of their 15-gallon barrels and their 53-gallon barrels. So the 15-gallon barrels actually aged a lot quicker. So it really you could extract a lot of flavor out of this very quickly. So it was only in there for about a total of 2 weeks.
Wow.
So
wow, that picked up a lot there.
Or, sorry, 2 months.
I was gonna say,
even
Yeah.
so, that's a lot for 2 months.
But that is a short time, and that's probably why it's not super hot, but it
Yeah.
has a nice bourbon flavor
Yeah.
character to it.
Now
Yeah.
this beer also, as we taste it today, it was released back in December, so it,
Okay,
it
so
has
it's
a little
been
bit of
out of the
natural
barrel for a while
aging
as well,
on it,
yeah,
on it as
yeah.
well. So.
Do you plan on continuing to age things for longer?
We'll see. I think these relatively new wet barrels, I think you can get a lot of flavor out of them relatively quickly. I'm hoping to start transitioning a lot of those barrels more into some funky barrels. So obviously
Yeah.
it's going to take a lot more time.
Nice.
And now for something even stronger.
And now for something completely different.
That's what I thought you were going to say. And now for something completely different.
Now for something completely stronger.
Yeah.
The triple IPA.
Yeah, so what is this one at?
Which is quite delightful.
So this is 12.5%.
12.5.
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome to
Wow.
Little Big Beer Fest.
Yep. Wow. What hops are in there?
Yeah, this was a complete experiment for me. I wanted to brew something that I've never done before with something I've never used. So this is Idaho 7 and Eureka.
Wow.
I love when they're numbered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's
So-
funny? As I was smelling this, I was getting like an herbal, grassy type quality to it. I was trying to like pinpoint. And as soon as you said Idaho, I thought, I smell potatoes. And I don't think I actually do smell potatoes, but I think it was some weird,
I
like,
don't think that's one of the
psychological-
descriptors they
Yeah.
use in that, but I think it turned
Triple
out.
IPA smells like potatoes.
Yeah, the Eureka hop that I used, I've never used it before, and it's relatively new. And really, the only information they gave was like pine fruit, but I think it came through very, it's like very dank and earthy. It's like Columbus on steroids.
It's really tasty.
It's very unique.
Yeah.
It's very unique.
There's a uniqueness to it. This is one of these beers because of the alcohol I brewed a little bit. This is probably about 2 months old at this point in time, so it was like right out of the fermenter, freshly dry hopped. It had such an amazing aroma, but I think over the course of time, it's kind of tamed down a little bit.
Yeah,
The harshness has come down a little bit.
It's almost got like
it's very easy to drink.
Yeah.
Surprisingly easy
Yeah.
to drink for
It's almost got like
dangerous
a
beers.
pepperiness,
Yes.
like almost like a rye kind of character
Yeah.
to it. It's very unique. It's very good. Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of pepper like in the back end. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to see a little bit more aroma, but man, I threw about as much hops as I could at that thing. So
Well, yeah.
I mean, what are you going to do?
Turn it up to
12.5%. I guess there's other things going on there.
I got to keep reminding myself how big these beers are.
I know.
That's why I'm
All I
glad
want to
I'm
do is
passing them all
chug
off.
the glasses, and I'm like, I shouldn't.
Well, at least you have a DD.
This is true. I do.
Dan, one of us will be the
One
DD
of
for
us has to drive.
We'll get there. Don't
God
worry.
only knows who.
We'll get there.
Whether or not I can sit's a different story.
Jeff, it was super cool to meet you.
Yeah, man.
Awesome meeting
And
you
hopefully
guys as
we'll
well.
have you on again sometime.
Yeah.
And keep it up with these awesome beers.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate the vote of confidence, and we'll do. Nice
Awesome.
talking to you guys as well.
Have fun today.
Thank
Cool.
you.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Crowd's still coming in here. Little Big Beer Fest 2017. And the people that are already in look like they are appropriately juiced, let's say.
Wow.
And I don't think we've had this much alliteration on the show before. But joining us now at the table, we have Brad and Brian from Big Bottom Brewery. Gentlemen, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Great. Thanks for coming up here to the table with us.
So Big Bottom is a brewery that is not yet opened, but you guys will be coming, or are you? You're not open yet, correct? Or are you open
We
now?
are open. We are
You are
selling.
open.
We did not
You
have
are
our
newly
grand
opened.
opening yet.
You are newly opened, no grand opening yet. Okay. In Dillsburg, correct?
Correct.
Dillsburg,
Dillsburg.
PA. So welcome to the industry.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So why the heck did you want to open a brewery? Are you crazy?
We were kind of more or less approached as to becoming brewers down in Dillsburg. Bob Shynock, who owns the Alice Pizza down there, came up with the idea that he wanted to start a microbrewery, and got together with Fermented Artistry, a local consulting company in the area here, and they hired. They interviewed 4 people. I was chosen as the brewer, and as we're sitting around kicking around ideas, Bob wanted to bring somebody else on. So he said, "You can bring on whoever you want." So I asked Brian if he'd join, and here we are.
Very cool.
So what kind of background do you guys each have in brewing before you came on to this project?
Just home brewing.
Yeah, both of us are just home brewers.
How long have you guys been home brewing? Too long to count?
About 6 years for me.
Yeah, I'm 7, 8. Can't really remember.
Right. Too many home brews.
Yeah.
Right. Have you guys did like home brewing together before you guys came on board for this?
On occasion. I mean, we're members of the same homebrew club, so that's how we met.
Okay, what club is that?
Sons of Alchemy.
Oh, nice.
Hey,
very
we
nice.
know
Very
them.
nice. Yes.
We know
That's
a lot of them.
Why am I
Steve.
drawing a blank? Yes.
Steve Knott.
Thank you.
Yep.
And a lot of other
Steve
guys.
Knott's my neighbor.
And a lot of other
very
guys.
nice.
There you go.
And he is in the house. I saw him earlier.
Yeah, he's around
today.
here somewhere. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome, guys.
So are the recipes that you guys use, I'm guessing they're just founded on your homebrew recipes then?
For the most part. I mean, today is an exception. We're not really into brewing the big beers like that. I like to stay more around 5% ABV.
Thank you.
We appreciate that.
So what are the ABV of these 2 beers that you brought today? Because there's kind of rules about that, right? They don't let you in
I
unless
think
your
it's supposed
beers
to be
are
over
pretty
8.
high.
Yeah.
So the Saison
the
is what?
Saison's like right at 8, like 8.1-ish.
That's 9.5%.
Oh, 9.5?
And what about the Belgian Golden Strong?
8.8.
Wow.
8. Nice.
So what should we drink first?
Probably the Golden Straw.
You think? Is that this one, I'm assuming?
No, that's the other one.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. All right. That's the one that had the very frothy head. So this is called Monk
in the trunk,
which I kind of love. And this is a Belgian Golden Strong.
So as homebrewers, do you guys have like styles you would gravitate towards? Like Belgians or Saisons, as we have represented here. You guys like into IPAs or anything in particular?
Personally, I brew a lot of sours at home and a
Okay.
lot of Saisons, the occasional IPA.
So you're my kind of homebrewer.
Yeah. I'm more of an IPA. That's what my wife enjoys. So it's easier to get permission to brew if you're
I was
brewing
gonna
what she
say,
likes.
Yeah, exactly. It's easier to keep buying the equipment if you're making beer that she
Absolutely.
likes.
That's quite tasty. You get the notes that you expect to get from a great Belgian Golden, those nice
I love the
dried
aroma of
fruit,
it.
bubblegummy notes.
From the aroma right into the flavor, it gets you all the way. That's really, really good.
Yeah, it's pretty traditional, especially for a kind of festival like this where a lot of things are, throwing fruit and all that kind of jazz into
Right.
beers. Where it's just more of a traditional Belgian Strong.
Yeah, pretty solid.
Yeah, it's like straightforward, no nonsense. Like
Yeah.
this is a Belgian Golden Strong Ale. There's no cherries in it. There's no any kind of weirdness
Just
going on
doing
with it.
exactly what it should do.
It's got that nice that candy sweetness, which is I know what Steph doesn't generally like about Belgian beers. That's kind of what makes me gravitate towards them, and this
You
showcases
love that.
it nicely. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
So this, I'm excited about this. First of all, I love the freaking name. I was singing the song as Wayne was taking your picture.
With my
Laid
mind on my
back,
money and my
gin
money
and
on my
juice.
mind.
This is the Saison. So what inspired the name? I have to ask.
Well, we've all heard the song. I mean, come
Of
on.
course. So you just like the song and you're
you
like,
really
that'd be a
have to-
great beer name? I respect that.
Well, it was Brian kind of had the idea of doing gin barrel chips and like zest of citrusy fruits.
Oh, wow.
And then he was like, "Yeah, we'll just call it gin and juice."
Yeah, you didn't mention that in the description. Wow.
So this is like a gin and tonic Saison.
It's inspired by the cocktail, yes.
Right, yeah. Oh, I'm excited to try it. That sounds really nice.
Yeah, I was passing that way this time. I keep passing to you first. So.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad. Dan always gets the
Trying
last.
to slow Dan out. Oh, sorry.
Wow. And what I really like about it, so you get the gin and the aroma, and then like a lot of times, especially with beers that get up in the 9.5%, you get one thing in the aroma and another thing out of the flavor. This is kind of like the other one was. It's exactly what you want it to be right off the aroma. It lives up to everything that it is. I know flavor and smell are tied together a lot, so like the difference kind of freaks me out sometimes. But this is exactly what I want. It's beautiful.
I like you get like just a touch of lime at the end.
Yeah.
Like, there's not a huge
Just to round it
citrus
out.
character. It just like comes in right at the end, sort of cleans up. Very nice.
It's very tasty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And you're located in a pizza shop?
Oh.
Yes.
Well.
Yes.
I know. What's wrong with that? beer?
Nothing is wrong with that.
And then, yeah, outside of like having our beers available, there are 40 beers altogether on tap. We're going to try and keep 8-ish on tap of our stuff, so you still have 32 other beers to choose from.
Wow. Now, is this related to the Owls that everyone knows and loves in Harrisburg, Owls of Hampton, or is it just a
No.
coincidence that this is also called Owl's Pizza?
But the technical name of it is Owl's Pizza and Subs.
Uh-huh.
Ah.
So it's a different owl.
Yes, it's a different. There's another location in Summerdale, in Enola, in the Summerdale Plaza.
Yeah.
And they do have some of our beers as well up there.
I think it's a rule that if you live in Central PA and your name is Al, you are connected to good beer in one way or another.
This is true. And pizza.
And pizza.
And pizza.
Do you think you'll do then some sort of like pairings? That's something I'd be in for, like pizza,
Pizza
and
and
beer
beer
pairings.
pairings. That would be awesome.
That's actually a
I
pretty
would
cool
love
idea.
that.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea. We'll definitely consider
I will be
that.
front and center for that.
That one's free. You don't have to pay us for that idea.
Yeah, that's a free idea. Well, guys, it was really awesome to meet you. Thanks
Yeah.
for coming up to the table and sharing
Thank
your beers
you.
with us. And
Yeah,
we
thanks
look
for having
forward
us.
to. It's not often that there's a brewery on the show that we haven't been there yet.
I know.
So we have to get there
Yeah, we
and
gotta-
check
we gotta
out
do
the
it.
location and have some beer and pizza.
Awesome.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Guys, thank you so much. These beers are incredible.
Thank you.
All right, thank you
Cheers.
very much.
Cool. Cheers.
Thanks. Cheers, guys.
What I really love about the festivals that we do, especially Little Big Beer Fest, is we get to catch up with old friends, but then we get to meet people from newer breweries that we haven't had on before, including Evergreen. So we've got Bruce here with us. How are you, man?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Doing fantastic, man. Thank you so much for coming up to the table.
Thank you.
I was at Evergreen. God, this was probably about 6 months ago.
Okay.
Mechanicsburg, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Camp Hill, right
Camp-
on the
okay.
edge, right on the pike.
right there.
Yep.
It's awesome in there. The beers are fantastic, and I had the big pretzel. Solid, and it managed to live up with everything. I got a flight of, I guess, everything that you guys
I just
had,
got
which
the
was
big
probably
flight, yeah.
like what 12,
10 or 12 beers.
Yeah,
at
it was
least,
it was
yeah.
a big flight.
Awesome.
Every single one of them out of the ballpark.
Thank you so
Incredible.
much.
I have to say, especially the hoppy beers.
Yeah.
I don't know what you do, but you have this magical touch with these hoppy beers. Like
I'm
every
literally blushing.
crowler I took home, and I'm not, I'm like the Pilsner girl,
Sure.
the like stout girl. I mean, I love IPAs. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
There's very few beers I don't like, but I really loved the IPAs.
Well,
Yeah.
Thank you so
See,
much.
they're
I
handled-
really mean that.
They're
You're a
handled
hop
very
magician.
well. It's there. You get the hoppiness. You get the malt backbone out of it. It's a very
Hop-digitation.
good blend.
No,
Everything
that's
that's
Well,
there.
I can say on a basic level, I'm just brewing the beers, and our company is just brewing the beers that we like to drink.
That's what you should do.
That's what you should do.
So,
yeah.
like, that's the focus. Like, when we make a beer, we make a recipe. It's what do we like? And we're confident that what we like is what other good beer drinkers will like, too.
You do have quite an array of styles, though,
Yeah.
on that list of 10 or 12.
And thank you. And that's very intentional. We're trying to keep it appealing to everybody. Not everybody likes that big hop bomb. Not everybody likes Belgian beer. Not everybody likes Bavarian beer. So we just try to keep it diverse so so if you come in and for some reason don't like 10 of our beers, which God forbid would break my heart, but if you don't, maybe there's that one that you love,
For
and
sure.
if we have 12 really different beers, there's got to be something for you, And that's
Absolutely,
sort of
yeah.
our approach. It's my approach.
What was your brewing background before Evergreen? Because I think I've heard what it was, but I want to be sure before I embarrass myself.
You don't want to sound wrong.
I don't want to sound wrong because it would be really
Or
wrong.
other than sounding wrong, you don't want to be wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's
even worse yet. No, so I worked at Trogs.
That's
for-
what I thought.
Yeah, for a
Oh,
long
nice.
time before this, and owe them so much, so
Yeah.
much love for Trogs.
And you know what? That was the other thing too. When I heard that was when I walked in, and it kind of like it's an homage to Trogs with your own take on it, which
Yes,
is really cool.
you're absolutely
See,
right.
I mean,
That's how I
The
see
big
it too.
community tables, that long bar with tons of benches.
Giant pretzels.
The brew
pretzels.
system right back there.
And
Yeah.
we all know and love Trogs, of
Oh,
course.
absolutely.
And it was
Cheers
really
to
cool
that.
to see. And Trogs, God love them. busy as anything. I was there on a Saturday not too long ago, and it took us a half hour to get a parking space.
For now, that's about to change.
Yes, they're going to get additional parking.
Thank
It's
God.
okay.
Sure.
But even so, coming into Evergreen and seeing styles that are like what they would have, the same kind of environment. And I think that's what works really well for Trogs and for Evergreen is the communal environment, like those long tables. And that's just, it's beautiful to see. And it's really cool. It's really well done. I really am ashamed to say I haven't been back out since there, but I've been
come on out. I know you're busy, but come out and see us.
I think
please.
Evergreen is one of the places we're planning to go after here. If you guys want to join us,
I will absolutely.
We have a list of hoping, depending on what roads are
we
closed.
may, though, however, in
since
the interest,
our commander-in-chief
in the
is
interest
in town.
of fairness. Oh, that's right.
I
Fucking
know.
Trump's
Oh,
around,
that
isn't
asshole.
he? Fuck.
Oh!
I can tell you 100% I'm headed to Evergreen when I leave here.
I've got a story
Are there
about
roads
that
closed
when we're done.
between here and Evergreen?
I totally forgot about that.
Okay, good.
Follow me.
I'm just following
I was going
Bruce.
to say, though, in the interest of fairness, maybe we should cut out the part where we say we're going to Evergreen as opposed to any other brewery that's been on the show
true.
today.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
somebody might get jealous.
True. Well, no, our plan was we were hoping, and this is
hit
we're
more
not going to
than
hit all
one,
three.
yeah.
We said 0 Day, Evergreen, and Pizza Boy. Those were the three we
That's
were
actually
hoping
the
to
order
hit.
you should do it in, too. Like
Yeah.
from here,
Yeah,
ABC, 0 Day, Evergreen, Pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the lineage.
that's
right
the order.
there.
Perfect.
Yeah,
There you go.
you're
That's
all
our
set.
plan.
There you go.
She's
Sweet.
navigating. You guys are
She's
going.
always navigating.
No,
there.
Rich is my DD. I married my DD. These two idiots have to figure
made
it
the
out.
right call.
I know, right? I'm the smart one in this
Two idiots,
podcast.
thanks.
Two idiots. You
I
do have,
love you.
You have 2 extra seats in your car. You can just bring us back later.
Well, you need to talk to Rich about bringing you back here later. I'm sure he would if you buy him food.
Yeah, I'd definitely buy him food.
Anyway, let's get back on
let's
the show.
get back into official
So-
podcast
Yeah,
right.
business.
So we have 2 beers that you brought up to
Yes.
the table with you. By the way, look at my freaking manicure right now.
Beautiful.
It looks great in these lights.
Actually, it does.
Which
It's
one
really
should
nice.
we drink first?
I would drink the threesome, Belgian triple.
The Belgian triple.
Yeah.
Nice.
I have to ask about the name.
So it's really just a spin on the number 3. That's really all it is. It's a triple, and in this day and age, it's very hard to name a beer that. So when you think of a name that you think is amazing, chances
Someone
are
already took
somebody
it.
already did that in
Oh, yeah.
2017, and that's
I know all about
that's
that.
a very tough plight in beer making right now that I feel like the general population doesn't think about.
Yeah.
So it's one thing, it's difficult to make a bad beer. It's even harder to make a really good beer. Even beyond that is to name that beer. Like put the cover on that book. It's a very difficult thing.
Put the cover on the
Yeah,
book.
it's what people are going to judge you by before they even try it, and it's a difficult thing. Chances are the name that you think of is already a name. So this is just Evergreen's take on the number 3, and it was available, and
So you
it
used it,
works
yeah.
well. Yeah,
Nice.
it works really well.
It's really nice.
It is a well-made, straightforward triple.
It is.
I
It
love
is.
and respect it. It's
And,
so
and
good.
we just had a well-made, straightforward Belgian Golden Ale.
Yeah.
Or a Golden Strong.
Golden Strong, yes.
Which I suppose for this fest, I mean, what are you going to
appropriate.
bring? You're going to bring a barley wine, you're going to bring a
Strong ale.
barrel-aged stout, or you're going to bring a Belgian. Really nice, not too sweet. I like the fact that, even though I just said that the candy sweetness like 10 minutes ago is the thing I like about Belgians, this has a nice dryness to it that
Yeah.
kind of counterbalances the
And it
sweetness
also
very
it
nicely.
gets like a little bit of cherry in the back end
Yeah.
too to help round it all out.
Sure.
It's
Now-
really, really well done.
Thank
This
you very
is.
much.
I'm more excited.
I'm
about
excited
this,
for
though,
the
I
next
have to
one.
say.
Well, you're in luck. It's next.
This is
I think I might have had this before.
You may have. The threesome is kind of a seasonal thing. You might see it 2-3 times a year, whereas the Imperial Stout is kind of a year-round beer. So
Okay.
It's part of our normal lineup.
Nice. I respect that. Everyone needs a year-round Imperial Stout.
They do, of
It's-
course.
All right, I won't drink it all here. I will not get drunk today.
So this is Dark Necessity, 10%.
because it's a necessity to have a dark beer.
A RIS.
I thought you said a risk at first.
No, RIS.
RIS.
And our DD / producer of the day has found the food.
Oh,
He's so
geez.
happy right now.
You're
His
going to be off the
biggest
rails
grin
now
on
because
his
he's
face.
eating.
There's food.
Yeah, there's food.
Th-
It's usually
that
in the
beer
back.
makes me happy. It's so roasty and comforting and delicious and chocolatey.
Aw.
But why does it have to be 10%?
I
That's the
know.
problem with these beers.
I know. I feel like if this was like even like 7, I'd be like, all right, this is something I could drink a pint
They're
of.
challenged. Create a beer that tastes like an Imperial Stout, but it's 4% ABV.
Oh,
We could do it, and we have done it. But for this event,
Well, I know
You
that's
gotta
not
bring the
allowed.
big
They
guns,
wouldn't
yeah.
let you in.
Gotta
I
bring the
know.
big guns,
I
yeah.
know. It's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That's really nice.
Thank you very much.
Now, have
Bitter
you done
chocolate coffee.
variants of this beer?
I've done variant stouts, not of this beer specifically, but definitely different approaches to the dark beer umbrella of beers. We've done a coffee stout, which was in the 6.5% neighborhood, and there's more to come. There's more to come.
Have you done any barrel aging?
We actually have a moderate-sized barrel program going right now, mostly bourbon barrels.
Okay.
We've got a bunch of the Dark Necessity aging
That's
right now.
perfect for it, yeah.
We have some Utter One, our milk stout, aging as well.
Oh, I've
we
had
also have a seasonal beer that we brewed late fall, the Autumn Bell Porter, aging in Jamaican rum barrels. So we've got a very small portion of that, but that's also going on.
That's all.
that's
Now, any
exciting.
plans to bottle these beers, or are they going to be taproom?
That's
tap?
the ultimate plan is a small bottle release. Yeah,
That's exciting. Now, speaking of the tap room, it's in a very unique location.
it is.
It's a former car dealership.
It is.
But when you go there, it certainly does not feel that.
Not anymore, and it's so great for a brewery. So there's garage bays all around the building, which is great for airflow. It's great for beer sales out the door, deliveries in the door, open environment, open kind of flowing system. It really works. Really works for us and our concept.
And you have a really nice water feature as you walk up.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
That's where I have my coffee before sunrise.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
if you ever
awesome.
happen to drive by and you see the guy,
Some dude like drinking
That's
coffee
me.
out there.
Yeah.
Is he sitting on the steps?
No,
he's
Isn't,
on the steps. He's relaxing.
Isn't the Saucony Brew Pub? Didn't that used to be a car,
also
car
and
dealership?
yeah.
there's one opening, Shaler Brewing, which is opening
Oh,
next
yeah.
to Paulo's.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a former car dealership too.
Breweries.
trend.
Transforming
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I love it. It's fantastic. Well, Bruce, I'm so glad that I finally got to meet you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because
likewise.
I've been super impressed, and I know a lot of people in the area are super impressed with what
Thank
you're
you.
doing. So I'm now going to stalk you now that I've met you, so we
Please-
can come
please do.
and record a podcast at your establishment.
Yeah, that'd
But,
be really
we
cool.
would love that. You guys
That'd be
are
awesome.
always
yeah,
welcome.
keep
That'd
doing
be
what you're
awesome.
doing
Always welcome.
because you're turning out some pretty freaking delicious beers.
Absolutely, you are.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got to make it back there.
For sure.
Please.
Maybe.
Probably today.
Maybe
Hopefully
today. Who
today.
knows?
You never know. We'll see where the
me.
night takes us.
The roads are open.
All right, cool. Awesome.
Have fun today, Bruce.
Bruce,
Thanks,
thanks so
Mitch.
much.
Thank
man.
you. Thank you. Cheers.
I think there's only one word we need to use for our next guest.
Pantalones!
Of course, it's Francisco. How are you, my friend?
I am extremely good, guys.
Good, man.
Very happy to be back with you guys
Awesome,
here.
awesome to have you
Awesome.
on the mic again. If you don't know, now you know. Francisco from Mad Chef, of course. One of the most awesome places
One of our favorite personalities in the entire
in the
beer
world.
industry,
Yes.
period. Period.
One of the best dudes ever.
Yeah.
It's
How you
like
guys doing?
You walk
Doing
into
well,
his
thank
brewery
you.
and you will be his friend for life.
Pretty much.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. And you and I met here. It
Yes,
was,
we did.
Yeah, it was
Yes,
the
we
Bacon
did.
Brouhaha.
It was Brouhaha, what, maybe
I think the
3
first
years
one.
ago?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
It was a lot of fun, a lot of cool stuff.
It is.
And you guys weren't even open yet. You didn't even have your location
No,
yet.
we had nothing. We were just Mad Chef, even with a different logo and everything.
Yes.
You know,
I remember.
so it
and
was.
the first time we met you was at the Homebrew Harvest.
That's
I
right.
do.
Yeah.
You- the one before you opened.
Yep. Yep.
That's right. Yep. Out there at the brewery.
And
at Hershey.
still with
Yeah.
the same crazy logo.
Yep.
Yes.
It's all good.
How far we've all come.
Exactly.
So-
So, how has Harrisburg Beer Week been for you?
It's been great. We love it. We are a little bit far away, but it's still awesome that they let us come in and do something.
Oh,
so
you can't say no to Mad Chef.
Of course not.
That's what I always say to people.
We know.
Like, come on, it's the Mad Chef. So
The one and
No.
the only, you know.
no,
you
it
need
was
your own podcast, seriously. People just
listen.
need to listen to your voice.
We can make that happen.
Yeah, definitely.
Just you and a microphone. You
I
don't
mean,
even need guests.
Oh, how are you doing today, people?
I know. Just talk to yourself. It would be amazing. Okay, hold on. You can talk, but you brought freaking 4 beers to the table, so I feel like we need to start drinking right away.
Well,
we can't
I
even,
mean,
we can't even intro this.
Perfect.
Let's
That's right.
start. Let's start. Let's
So
start
which
sipping.
one should we
Where do you
start
wanna
with?
Let's start with Apple Squasher.
Yep. So the Apple Squatcher Saison was our way of coming into Harrisburg Beer Week. Yep, we brew this beer with Vegetable Hunters. It's a Imperial Saison, 8.2% alcohol. We brewed it with 50 pounds of apple butternut squash that was roasted.
Wow.
Put it on the mash. We also added some spells from Deer Creek malting. And we finished it off with 30 gallons of Kaufman's apple cider.
Very nice.
So I think that the cider kind of pairs extremely well with that yeast.
It works, yeah.
It works very well. So
It's such a Francisco beer with all those.
It is. I have to ask. So we recently had Derek, who was brewing for Vegetable Hunter.
Right.
Sat in on our podcast for a bit to explain what was going on there, their boutique brewery that they opened and anything. Was this brewed there or at your place? Because they brew in like a closet.
Yeah. Apparently, I don't even fit there. The place is so small.
We brewed it over there. 7 barrels. It was one after another, after another.
You were there for a week.
No, we brewed at our facility, 7 Barrel Brew House. It was a little bit easier. Thank the Lord for PLCB changing the laws where now collaborations can be brewed in one place and then split them up.
Right.
Which is a beautiful thing. So we're very happy. They came up with a bunch of the ideas. We sat down, kind of talked a little bit of what we wanted to do, and that beautiful beer came out. So we're very happy with it.
That's a fun beer.
It is. It's really nice. Yeah.
It is.
Okay, so should we do the braggot next?
I think so.
So this, you said you brewed with Mad Fire in Colorado?
So Bonfire. So
Bonfire?
The name of the collaboration is
Mad Fire.
Yeah.
Bonfire. And
it was either that or Bon Chef, which
Burn the Chef.
The Chef's Pantalones and
our collaboration.
You can't take Pantalones.
No, all your collaborations should involve fire, though.
Exactly. So this is the second year that we brew with them. This year was a braggot. We do use 40% of the fermentable sugars came from honey, and it was orange blossom from Dutch Gold. And then at the end, we added...
Which their orange blossom honey is the best on the planet.
That's not the first time you've said that on the show.
Just saying. I love their orange blossom honey.
If you are a honey connoisseur, you walk in there and you'll be like, there's avocado honey.
I know.
It's avocado honey and it tastes awesome. All right? It's like, you're like...
We're using that in our collaboration with him, avocado honey.
Definitely. We have to.
I don't like avocado, but I'll allow it.
Smoked malts, avocado honey,
and peppers.
There
has to be spicy peppers in it. Come on, your pantalones are on fire. So there's orange blossom honey.
And then we finish it off with about 150 pounds of gooseberries.
Wow.
So that tartness that you get at the back end, which it almost makes it a sour, it comes from the gooseberries.
Wow.
So you get that almost kind of honey sweetness at the beginning, which is crazy because it finishes super dry.
It does, yeah.
But then you have that tartness at the back end with crazy. Never used gooseberries, and we're like completely on it.
Why not?
So where did you brew this?
That was brewed in our 7 Barrel Brew House. So
they came out to you?
So we do is we'll go up.
When you collaborate with Mad Chef, you come to them.
Yeah. No, well, you know what? I would love to say that.
But it's not accurate.
But it is not accurate. We actually flew out there, which is awesome.
That's cool.
You know? So we get up to Eagle, Colorado, brew it over there. And then they came up down here, brewed it with us.
Oh, how fun.
It is a lot of fun.
That's awesome. That beer has a really cool flavor curve, which is a thing I think I just invented.
No, I completely get what you mean.
But you know what I mean?
I'm with you.
Yeah, like it starts one way and it ends another. It starts Belgian-y sweets.
Unique.
And
rounds
dry.
out, ends with the tart.
And the tartness in the end, it's got which I love. I love a beer that changes through a sip.
It evolves.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So how did you connect with these guys?
All right, so Sean Rainey is our brewer now. You know, and he used to brew with them. When he moved over, we reached out last year and they were all over it. So it kind of worked out that every time that we do this, it's around CBC. So they're like flying East Coast. We've been lucky enough that CBC's been in the East Coast. So that's how kind of we're going about, although there is a pact. And we will be brewing this every single year.
Nice.
You heard it here.
You heard it here first. You need to get the Mad Chef and try it.
That's right.
Is awesome.
And now we have Drunk Monk.
Now we have the Drunk Monk. So that is
scared.
our Belgian triple. Just a true to style Belgian triple. We didn't do any craziness to it. Just let the grains and the yeast do its thing,
Yeah.
you know?
You don't need to do anything else.
That's what I think.
It's
I agree.
Bubblegum goodness.
Belgian triple seems to be a popular style today, and I am quite all right with that.
Yeah, but this is like very bubblegum.
It is.
Like
I love it.
Yeah, it's
It is.
very bubblegum.
It is.
The
and
yeast is the star in this
I think
one.
this is the cleanest, clearest triple we've had so far today.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I don't mean that like, you know what I mean. I just mean it's clear and crisp and not hazy is what I meant.
No, thank you so much. It's we've let it age properly now. Probably it's been about 2 months now that beer has kind of settled out, and it's just gets better.
I just got to
with
try.
time,
Oh, God.
you know?
Triples are good with habaneros, just saying.
Listen, I'm all about it. Some spiciness,
Yeah.
and we're on.
When I was at Iron Hill, we brewed a triple, and Chad let me pull a firkin of it, and I put some fresh habaneros in it, and it was divine.
Well, I'm still waiting for you guys to say when we're going to do it. and
Let's
then,
make it happen.
You know, we can make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Yep.
We need to.
Yep.
This summer.
They'll brew the beer. Can I do a meal with you? I'd like to cook with you.
That's fine.
All right, cool.
Hey, do you guys ever have those candy peanuts?
Oh,
The-
circus peanuts?
The pink candy peanuts?
Yeah.
You don't like them? I got a little bit of that out of that beer. It's
See,
just
you know what was
yeah.
interesting? Right as Steph said habaneros go really well with this, I got a little habanero in the flavor.
Power of
clearly
suggestion.
Just
It is,
power
yeah.
of suggestion, just mental. But
I wanna do- I wanna-
there's a way it fits in there perfectly.
I want to do an experiment. Dan, take a sip of this beer.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. All right.
we go.
Take a sip. I love bacon. Sweet, savory bacon. Do you taste bacon?
Don't spit it out.
Did you hand me Schlenkerla?
Yes. So I don't know if we're allowed to drink this next one.
Yes, you can.
Yeah,
you know,
please.
We have a special permit.
This is how it is.
There's special permission.
I figure we had to bring something
You gotta have
that was not,
it. Well,
you know.
you brought 3 other ones.
Exactly.
So
so,
you get a pass.
We could.
Well, that's Francisco. How many beers are people bringing? 2 or 3? I'm bringing 4.
I'll bring my entire
I'm bringing
half
all the
Green,
beers.
and we'll bring. It's listen. It's. We figure we brought something that at least gave folks something else to drink because it's There's a lot of big beers out here.
There are. You know it.
You know, so that
It
is
is in the name.
Babyface. It's the smaller version of our double IPA, O-Face, Mosaic Simcoe. Very tropical.
It's delicious. It's a welcome change of pace.
You see,
for
I
sure.
figure you guys would on. You know, after 1, 2, 3, maybe 10 big beers,
a little bit, yeah.
Be
No,
good.
it's a good idea. You're
It's
right.
nice. It's very nice.
Now, Francisco, I'd
Dan
lo-
is now counting the number of beers we've
I
tried
know.
so far.
It's
I
gonna
don't
be
want
a
to.
lot.
This is number 16.
Holy.
Already.
Wasn't that
So
far away.
after 15 big beers, yes. That definitely is
a nice
let's just say
difference.
appreciated.
Yeah,
I've
this is
also
true.
tapped into Crystal Geyser, the finest
Ooh,
that we can.
delicious.
You need to stay
low
hydrated.
ABV.
Yeah.
Yeah, 0.
0.0%.
Now, Francisco, as much as we'd love to just sit here and talk to you for the rest of the day, I guess we should allow some of the other breweries to
Hey,
come up.
that's completely
Yeah.
fine.
We
I
love
always
you.
cherish the time that you guys gave us here. So it's
You always have a special
our
place
pleasure.
in our
Of course.
heart.
We love you
know
guys,
that.
honestly.
You know that.
I really do want to cook a meal with you, though.
oh, come on now. Come on now.
All right.
We'll brew and cook.
What
I'm
day
in.
of the week
Great.
do you brew?
We're brewing any day of the week that the fermenter is open, but usually at 6 o'clock in the morning.
That's fine.
Be ready.
I'll
That's
roll
not-
in at
that's
10
how it
and
works.
start
Be
in the
ready.
kitchen.
All right.
I don't mind being there.
All right.
I'll be in touch.
Let me know. Thank you so much.
Thanks so
Thank you,
much, man.
Francisco.
Thank you, Francisco.
You are
We
the
love
man.
you.
We love you.
Thank you guys so
Cheers.
much.
Cheers,
Thank
man.
you.
So, you know how I said earlier, I really like that we get to catch up with old friends of the show. Well,
Do you take that back now?
I absolutely do. I mean, we get to catch up with old guys. I don't want to call them friend. No, I'm kidding. I'm so kidding.
Carl was talking about you.
You may remember these guys from, I think it was like 8 or 9 episodes ago. This is 116. You guys were
108?
like 108.
I want to say 108.
I think 108.
Yeah.
So a couple episodes ago, in real time, that's like 3 months. But of course, with the guys from Bone Shy, with us, we have Alan, and we have Carl.
sir.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming up to the table.
Thanks for having us, guys.
How have you guys been?
Awesome. It's been great. Busy.
Busy's good.
Yeah,
Good to
things have definitely. Well, it's not that they weren't slow before; they have just increased at the rate.
Yeah.
So yeah, this past week has been insane.
Yeah, you guys have had a lot of shit going on this week.
Yeah, this week has been just it's kind of a blur. Tomorrow I'm going to crash pretty hard. So
Yeah, that's like the consensus from everybody.
Yeah. Today though, there's so much freaking good beer around here.
I
It's
just had a brilliant marketing idea.
Oh boy!
And I'm sorry I have to interrupt the proceedings right now. Is there like a spa in Harrisburg, like a day spa?
Oh my god!
They should do
Yes.
like a half price day after Harrisburg Beer Week spa day to recover and relax and rejuvenate.
I would go.
They do a yoga session somewhere.
Do they?
Like yoga and beer. Yeah.
There you go.
I need that.
The
What is
yoga
that?
will not cut it for me. I need like just straight.
You need like
Yeah,
hard
just give me a couch.
detox cleanse.
Yep.
Like going to a hut with a Native American for a
Yes.
week.
Alan doing
Oh god, no.
downward dog. Alan.
Yes.
Downward dog. Is that your name now?
Wow.
It's Carl's new. No, that's your new nickname.
Well, how have things been in the world of Boneshire?
Awesome. We've we're having a hard time keeping up, which is a good problem to have. But,
We decided to start Harrisburg Beer Week by bottling a couple, 500 bottles on a Monday night until about midnight.
Yeah,
So that-
I saw the pictures. You guys are fucking crazy.
Yeah, we did. It was a collaboration beer with Stouts and Stilettos called Fresh Out the Kitchen.
Yeah, I heard good things.
nice.
And we had an
Did you
army-
happen to bring a bottle?
Maybe. It hasn't arrived yet. but
Okay.
We'll figure it out. It's
All right.
supposed to come.
I need to try some of that.
It's pretty damn tasty to believe it or not. But yeah, so we did that. We had an army of bottlers. Literally, it was 12 o'clock by the time we decided to quit. And so Carl, Jeremy, Tyranny,
Colleen.
Michael, Colleen, who else was with us? Ken.
Tim Myers did show
Myers
up.
showed up. So cameo
Accidentally.
appearance for
That
Tim
guy.
Myers.
Accidentally.
So yeah, it was a
He
great
really
night.
just came for beer and didn't realize we were opening, but we were actually bottling.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
So you put him to work. I
Right,
love
we
it.
did. So anybody that stops by and you think you're going to get a free beer and we're working, you're working too. You get a free beer, but you got to work for it.
You got to work for it. Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
So yeah, things are going great. This week was pretty crazy. Tuesday night we ended up having the bottle release party for that beer with Stouts and Stilettos. We had an absurd amount of people at the brewery. It was an awesome time. It was ladies' night actually.
Yes,
so
it's ladies'
it was a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. It was one of the best experiences I've had. In
Well,
the beer
that was the
business
night
at
we
this
talked
point.
about that at the top of the show.
Yeah.
When we had Colleen Tierney and,
Yeah.
Chelsea
Yeah.
on, and she said you sold like 2 ciders and 1 glass of wine like all
yeah,
night.
Yeah, that exactly right.
I love it.
And so the crazy, absolutely. I always, there's always this stereotype that when women and men come into the bar, it's give the woman the wine list and the man the beer list. Well,
Right.
we've actually experienced a lot of the opposite of that.
I was gonna say I know plenty of women that will scoff at the wine.
No,
list.
seriously, we had a guy. The one that was a man, and I'm not going to name their names, but they came in and the typical thing. I said, "Here's our list. Here's our menu. And our wines are in the back." And she looks at me and she's like, "I don't need those. My husband needs those."
Oh!
So
I love it.
funny.
Okay,
I
no
love it.
problem.
That's awesome.
But yeah, we had a good night that night, and then Wednesday night we had our
Escape the
Brewery night. So our
Well,
friends
I
at
saw that.
Perplex
That's
stopped down.
genius.
Their escape room in our plaza. These guys are unbelievable. They're some of the smartest people I've ever met in my life. They figured out how to create
So-
a mobile escape room that they put in our brewery. It was
Do they get to drink before or after they get out?
before, during, and after.
Okay, because
Nice.
if you were like, if it was Escape the Brewery, I'd be like, I don't want to. Like, I'm just going to sit here and show you.
So it was. You come into our place, you get a beer, then you get handcuffed, and you got 30 minutes to figure out how to get out of the handcuffs. So
I love it.
Yeah,
That's
it
awesome.
was great. And then
Can you just do that any night?
Well, we're
Go
actually
to the bar. I want to escape the brewery.
Nobody wants to escape a brewery. Everybody wants to stay
Exactly.
there.
Yeah,
So-
no. For me, it'd be a fight to get in. Like
Right.
that's the better puzzle for me.
Fight to get in.
Get into the brewery.
No. So what should we drink first?
Yeah. What? You guys are free with you.
I think I'd go with the IPA first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Considering I think I saw Lazarus is on here. Let's start
my.
IPA.
Ooh.
So this is the
Hop test number
test
2.
number 2.
Agent
No,
07270.
nope.
No.
You have the
Last minute change.
unupdated.
Oh, that's right. He updated the list. I apologize.
Spreadsheet 3.0.
Cut that part out.
This is
Nice.
spreadsheet 3.0.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Old school with pen and paper. Hop test number 2. So
This
what
is,
hops are in it?
It is Citra, Amarillo, and Simcoe. No boil, no kettle hops. All Whirlpool, and then big dry hop edition. So it's the most hops we've put in any batch of beer we've done so far.
Wow. It's quite tasty.
It is.
It has a really
is.
nice pour to it. It's got a nice haziness.
It's got a great, I think, balance of citrus and dank.
I was gonna say you get a lot of the citrus in the aroma, which is really cool.
But it has almost like an orange juice finish. Like it's real dank up front.
Oh yeah, it
but then it
does.
finishes with like some orange juicy type character.
It almost tastes like a beer mosa.
Right.
Yeah, a little bit.
Everybody that's had it, and Carl will attest to it.
Absolutely.
It's orange juice.
Yeah. It's
orange juice, but it's still beer.
It's like
because I've had some orange juice beers that literally tasted like I poured Minute Maid in my glass.
Yeah, no, it's like if you smoked a joint of really nice skunk dank weed and then drank orange juice.
I'm a pretty big fan of the dank too. The dank hop.
I thought he was going to say I'm a pretty big fan of the weed.
I'm a pretty big
too.
fan of the weed.
Smoke 2 joints and then drink this beer.
It was actually talk that a third hop edition could have been used in this.
Yeah,
really
would have been out of control. Yeah.
Is medical marijuana legal in PA yet? I thought I heard something that they passed it.
Only
Okay.
if you get caught. Oh wait, no.
Oh,
it's illegal. Sorry.
So should we do the Wee Heavy next?
Sure.
Wee Heavy.
So this is what the hell is it called?
Bastard. Bastard.
Blutered? Bluttered?
It's Bluttered.
Bluttered.
It's 2 O's, so it's an ooze.
Carl
but
can probably
blood is
talk.
spelled with 2 O's.
Yeah, so where the hell did that come from?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Mr. Jeremy Nye. Carl,
It's
you
an
know what
old.
it means?
What's that?
You know what it means, right, Carl?
It's an old Scottish term for. I want to say stupid.
Yes,
Okay.
I think
Yes.
so.
Is it an old Scottish term for stupid, or is it an old Scottish term for I want to say stupid?
I would say stupid.
Okay.
I thought it was dumb bastard, but I could be wrong.
I was thinking like bloody bastard, but like you can't say
actually,
it right.
I think you're right. It is bloody bastard.
Like
I think
when
that's
you're
what it
drunk,
is.
you go bluter bastard.
Yeah.
I'm a
Jeremy
bastard.
is here, so he could tell us, but
ooh,
But he didn't come up to the table. So
we don't have anybody else to pour beer for us at our table. We would
It's
have
actually-
people fighting for it.
it's actually really good.
It is. So it's
It is
go
really
ahead,
nice.
Carl,
So
you
yeah,
have
it
to-
was a collaboration with Jeremy Nyes, one of the bartenders and longtime friend, Harrisburg homebrewer. It's a recipe that he spent a lot of time on, working it up. It's a very complex malt bill. There is some smoked malt in there. It's not peat malt. It's a kind of an oak smoked malt.
Just say there's a little bit of
Yeah,
smokiness.
just
in
a
there.
touch.
Yeah, I get prune. Like
Oh, for 100 raisin.
super prune,
Raisin.
Yeah,
Raisin.
raisin is
dark
big.
fruit, stone fruit, really nice.
Yeah, so very subtle hop additions. And then at the very end, we had added spiraled oak spirals that had been soaked in Jameson for a long time.
Very
And that kind of
long
added
time.
the oak tannins and a little bit of complexity to smooth everything out.
Yeah, it's almost like prune juice if it were good.
Yeah.
What's
essentially?
What's the ABV on this one?
8.5%.
8.5.
Oh, not as high.
I would
as
have.
was
I would have
expecting.
figured double digits.
So the IPA you had was 9.5.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
As is this beautiful thing.
Lazarus with coconut.
Oh my god,
Did
it
we
smells
have-
like sunscreen.
Did we have
Somebody told me it smells like the beach.
Yes.
A Russian Imperial that smells like the beach.
I want to
sounds
lather
like
myself.
my kind of beach?
Do you want to Lazarus yourself
Oh
in
my
it?
god! Did we have this
Oh
one when
my
we were there?
god. We had Lazarus, but not this
I didn't think we had the
Lazarus.
coconut
No,
one. Yeah.
This is the favorite one of the batches so far. So it's
Yeah, and I remember when we were there, we talked
Yeah.
about how
So good.
versatile that base beer is, and how many awesome things you could do with it. So I'm excited to taste another awesome thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ooh, it does smell like the
Toasted coconut in the
No, this. So I've experimented with everything from, toasted, shaved, the whole nine of the coconut, extract, non-extract. This is actually a coconut paste, and so it's defatted and de-oiled, and so it doesn't kill the head retention, and still has all that nice, good, natural coconut flavor.
So you add it post fermentation
We
then?
do. We actually added it at kegging time, so
Wow.
it makes it a lot easier to deal with, and it comes through better.
You weren't kidding with the aroma.
Yeah, right. So like
that's fantastic.
It could be cut back a little, but
No.
you definitely get it. And I've
He says that about every one of them.
Right.
No.
I've definitely. This is definitely of all the versions we've done so far. the
Almond
next
Joy.
one.
And you could do like
Almond Joy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could do a pineapple coconut. You could do like a cherry coconut. I mean,
Yeah.
you could do
Cherry coconut, I would be all in
variations of
for.
this variation. Just
It's
saying.
it's
So good.
I'm happy with it. I know. Like I said, I've tried everything, and of all the ones that taste like it's supposed to taste like, that's it, and gives you that Mounds Almond
God.
Joy
Yeah.
type of.
It's,
right,
oh my
right.
god, it's incredible.
We've had a lot of good beers today, but I think I'm going to put it out there right now. This is my favorite. so
That
far.
and
Yeah.
gelato. That and gelato.
Yeah,
are
gelato
like-
is really good.
Have you had JR's gelato?
I've had gelato.
Very
It's
tasty.
Pretty tasty. There's no doubt about that.
We had one last year that was pretty much like a candy bar, and I think that this is going to be the one
It's
that
up
takes
there.
that
Yeah,
for tonight.
it's. I mean, it's just.
Everyone
It's
loves
incredible.
candy bar beer.
Yeah, who doesn't like candy?
Oh my god, that's deadly. I could pound.
What I like
lot
about
of
it is that it's not like
Shut up.
I want to dip my balls in it.
I didn't go that far.
We need to end this.
It's not. No, what I was going to say is it's not like overly super rich sweet. Like it does have a dryness. It does have a like a bitterness to it that helps counterbalance
I
the
think
balls.
your
The
way,
balls.
the
I don't know
addition of the
anymore.
coconut was super smart, and I think that's why it works so well.
It's, I don't know. I know a lot of people that use coconut in their beers, and I can honestly say that it's so hard to get really good, honest coconut flavor in a beer.
Yeah.
Where it's not fake and sweet and cloying.
And
Like
and
candy,
cloying, that's
yeah.
the thing. It like sticks
Right.
with you. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, this is
Right.
good, and then an hour later you still taste it. And you're like,
Yeah,
oh.
right.
Like now I'm
so-
having a burger and it tastes like coconut still.
So
Yeah.
I will say though, of all the three right now, my favorite is the Wee Heavy. So
The Wee Heavy is
Wee Heavy's
killer.
really nice.
Yeah, I mean they were all really good.
I love the dry oakiness to it. I'm kind of a dry person.
I'm a try person. On that note,
a dry human.
You know what? This
So
is
right
a
there. Look at that. There it is. There
Oh,
it is.
the bottle
has
Shout
arrived.
out to kitchen.
Jimmy!
hey!
Well,
Did not-
we'll get
totally
one.
not
We'll
listening.
get one. We'll get one. All right. So
We'll
I
get
guess
one.
He's lost.
We better get one.
I just want to say one thing about the Wee Heavy. This is a beer that Lieutenant Worf would drink.
did you see the other day on their Facebook? Star Trek put a thing with Worf jumping over the barrier and having his phaser right there. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see
Oh my
that.
god, I got to show you.
Nice.
But yes, Lieutenant Worf would drink that.
Absolutely.
We got a bottle coming.
Yes.
Oh, we got a bottle coming?
All right, so
we got a Rich going to
I
get
was
a bottle
about
for
to
us.
say
Fetching.
to be continued, but to be continued right now.
Yes.
No.
If you guys got a few minutes.
So we can,
For
yeah.
you
definitely.
guys, we
For
always
you,
have a few
absolutely.
minutes.
We
Although
can, we
Rich
can
is-
How are
say
you
right
guys
now.
doing? Nobody ever asks about how you guys are doing.
Rich
right?
is
we're
fetching.
alive.
Rich is fetching.
And I mean that in verb, not adjective form.
Poor guy.
He's both.
Stop trying
You
to make
should have
fetch
said
happen.
you
We
mean
are
it in
doing
both
well.
ways.
Thank you for
Rodney
asking.
Dangerfield.
Oh,
So
it's
he gets
oh
no
wait,
respect.
Colleen is beating Rich.
Oh, Colleen's up here.
Oh, wait.
Colleen wins.
Ah, she
Yay!
got it. There it is.
Colleen wins.
Carl is,
Oh, you're supposed to give him a microphone.
Carl is prepared. He is
she's
always
busy
prepared.
drinking.
We already got it.
No, bring more.
Colleen beat you to
Oh,
it.
sorry,
bring
there's
more.
more.
We
Rich
can't
comes
take two
back
bottles.
5 seconds too late.
Why not? I don't know what you
Here
mean
it
about
is.
two bottles.
Here, I have a glass here.
I don't know.
Dance
Excuse me.
Dance confiscating a bottle.
I don't know what you mean. It's just my foot that's on the floor.
Oatmeal cookie stout.
That makes sense to be the third
Raisin.
Sorry, forgot the raisin part. Carl, I'm so glad Carl's here with us.
That's what I do.
word. Oh, you get there's
Yeah.
cinnamon in the aroma,
Right.
which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh God. All right, I gotta try it.
Ooh.
Ooh,
It tastes like oatmeal raisin cookie.
pretty much
Yeah.
with a little bit of hair of the dog.
Yeah. A
Just
little
a
bit.
tad.
A little bit.
Super good. Yeah, that's right. You guys just multiply.
I know.
These
Every
phones are-
time we can't have Boneshire on without like 30 other people showing up. Be like,
I meant to say something about it earlier. Like you guys were two of the 19 voices that we had on the show that night. But hey, there's the third one. Welcome up to the table, my friend.
Hi, guys.
You're just in time to have some of this.
Did you bring it? Oh,
He
he's
did
just.
bring
You
it.
can use one of our glasses. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah, no,
good,
go ahead.
man.
Yeah.
Who are you?
I'm Alex Gorelovich. one of the co-owners. How you guys been?
Well
Pretty
done.
good. Pretty
He
good.
brought
How are
his
you?
bright orange shoes.
You're wearing bright
Fastest.
orange shoes?
It's so he doesn't
I
lose
have
his
bright
feet.
red shoes on.
Oh, bright red shoes on. Let me see.
They are his go fastest.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Those are awesome.
Nice.
So
I
what's the
respect
verdict?
that. I think it's super tasty. This is not the first.
It's really nice.
Oh, Spellbound.
Yes.
Oh my God.
That's
Yes.
where we had our first oatmeal raisin beer.
So I want to know the cartoonish woman on the bottle. Who is
Yes.
that supposed to be?
You know, it is not any one person.
Okay.
So the backstory. I don't know what the ladies had told you guys, but so they approached us well, it was kind of a joint thing. Colleen, and she works for us. She's one of our awesome bartenders, and she said, "Hey, would you guys like to do something together?" We're like, "Yeah." And so she's like, "Well, let me talk to Tierney and Chelsea," and she kind of set it up, and they got with us, and they kind of picked the beer, what we were going to do, and then it was like, all right, you guys got to figure it out. And so I had a recipe I had done years ago, and kind of blended things together. And bottom line was, they're the ones that actually come up with the label design. That's their baby. Had nothing to do with it. I told them whatever suits them is great, and I will be honest, I think it's a pretty cool label. I think they did a heck of a job.
They did.
The label was by Bart.
Yes.
From Hopheads.
Hopheads Bart.
Of course,
Yes,
he
is.
it's a beer label
that was designed in Harrisburg.
Yes.
Of course, it was by
yeah,
Bart.
Bart designs everything that's here today.
Yes, he is
very talented designer.
He's,
With the exception of the
Okay,
We Should Beer shirts.
Bart, no woman brewer would wear red lipstick while brewing in the brew house.
She's serving
Seriously,
beer, though.
It is way too hot and steamy to wear that much
She's
makeup
serving
in the
beer.
brew house.
That's okay.
She's in the
Yeah,
kitchen.
but she
though.
has her brew boots
She's
on.
fresh out of the kitchen.
She is,
And I wouldn't brew in that dress.
but she's only serving.
But
beer,
then
not
again, I
brewing.
don't know why she has boots on if she's in a kitchen.
All right, come on.
Okay.
I'll give him shit about this later.
Straight out the brewery.
The kitchen is in the
Say,
brewery.
he'll find a way on the show at some point.
So
he always does.
I made
Yeah.
sure that when we did brew the beer, I made sure that Colleen, Chelsea, and Tierney all got every part of the brewing process.
Good.
And they may not
bottling.
they
and
may
they
not
were
be able to
wearing
do it,
jeans and t-shirts and boots.
but, right? And they, I made sure that they got to mash in, they got
To
to
be
shovel,
fair,
they
Tierney
got
was
everything
probably
that
wearing
they were
lipstick.
supposed to do, and I think they all have a new appreciation for making beer. That's for sure.
What they're not telling you is
breaking
that
news.
Carl wore the dress.
Breaking news.
The lipstick.
Rich likes this beer.
Nice.
Breaking news.
Awesome.
There's
Nice.
a problem. Rich is starting to like beer. I don't like this. This is a
Yeah,
problem for me.
something's changing
Now,
here.
wait a second. Nobody has Lime-A-Ritas here today, right?
Yeah. No, he's upping his taste.
I will say though, there's a right place at a right time for a Lime-A-Rita.
I've said this before about other macro beers, and I agree. There is a right place and right time for every beer under the sun.
Yeah, sure.
On that note,
On that note, I think we need to take a potty break.
yes, guys,
Yeah, I
it
can
is
see
super
guys.
awesome to see
Absolutely.
you.
Thanks
Thank
for
you
having
for
us on.
sharing these awesome, tasty beers.
Nice seeing you guys again.
You too.
You too. And it's awesome to see the continued success from Bone Shire. Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
all
Keep
of it.
up the good work.
Just one additional thing. So Carl is now our first official assistant brewer.
Yes!
Hey,
So we
awesome.
got to hire Carl. It's just great.
Congratulations.
So hopefully we can hire more people on. We are hiring again. At least
So
not brewing
in-
side, but tasting room side. So
In that vein, I have a
interesting.
question. What is it like to be his bitch?
Oh,
It's very dirty. I don't do anything right the first time.
nope.
And I have to smell incredibly weird things.
And you
Perfect.
definitely,
It's all part of the
definitely
job.
are glad that you're wearing boots.
It's all part of the job.
Thanks, guys. Have fun today.
Thank you guys. Absolutely.
Cheers.
Thanks, guys. Cheers. So I think we're making Beer Busters podcast history right now.
Really?
Could this be the quickest three-peat that we've had?
It could be.
I think it is. Well, that could only mean that we have Jared with us from Collusion. How are you, sir?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Dude,
Jared
fantastic.
can't get enough of us.
Of course not. Nobody can, really. I mean, we're awesome.
No, I
Too
know.
much fun.
It's so true.
Of course.
It's so true.
But I really think this is the quickest three-peat. I mean, you were on last week at In Real Time Imminent Liquidation, and then shortly before
We were at, yeah.
we were
3
at
weeks?
Collusion.
Maybe 3 weeks before?
Yeah. And I know last episode you had showed, I don't know if it actually made it in, but at
Oh,
one
the
point
label?
during the day you showed us the label
Oh, right.
for, of course, your beer that by the time this episode airs will have been released.
Seems it always happens that way.
I kind of wanted to jokingly ask how the release went, but I can't.
It went amazing.
I
Just
Sold
everything.
out in 5 minutes.
Actually, I really want to get down for a bottle of that when the
We've
release
only
comes.
got 80.
It's Friday.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Correction, you only have 79.
This was one that, if I saved every single bottle that people have asked me to save, I
You'd
would
be in the
have
negative.
20 or 30 to sell
Oh, all right.
as of right now.
You got to
so.
sell. You got to make money. Come
Of course,
on. You're
of course.
a business owner.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously it's been a week in real time since we talked to you, but what's new in the world of Collusion?
Well, we got our garage across the street, which
Hey!
gave us another about 450 square feet that we can
Awesome.
work with now.
Congratulations.
That'll allow us to extend our cold storage out a bit, expand distribution a bit, and expand our barrel program significantly. So all of those oak barrels that you saw last time in the brewery are no longer in the brewery. They're now in the garage across the street, which will allow for some 15-barrel fermenters and a canning line.
And a lot of sniffing barrel pictures, just saying.
And a lot of barrel pictures.
Yay! We know and love barrels very well.
Most importantly.
That's awesome.
I'm very excited for that canning line, too, because that means, I'm assuming then, more distribution.
Correct.
Yay!
As of now, we hired a delivery driver last week, so now that frees up me and Ben to do quite a bit more work on Thursdays and Fridays instead of having to run all over the place and do distribution and deliveries, which allows us to, make some more cool, funky stuff to
The important stuff.
To play around with. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully here by the end of the year, my goal is to purchase a line here in about the next 3 months. There's a new version of the cask canning line coming out here in July that I think we're going to go with. We'll see how that rolls.
Very nice.
Do some cool
So
stuff.
you brought 2 awesome beers.
I did,
to the table.
and you've had both of them.
And
however,
we're going to have
That's
them
all right.
again.
That just means I
the
go to
other
your
2
brewery
have
a lot.
not.
So, but I think the first time we ever had you on the show, you were still with, what's that place
Windridge.
called? Windridge.
That, on this
Let me
stage.
try that again.
On this very stage.
So the first time we ever had you on the
Sitting in
show,
this spot, actually.
you were still brewing for Windridge,
Correct.
right here on this stage, and you brought an Imperial Berliner Weiss,
Correct.
which I assume was sort of the inspiration for what we're about to drink.
That's
and I
exactly
remember
right.
that it blew our minds then.
So this is based off of the same beer, different types of cherries, and this one actually uses Brettanomyces in there to give it a little more funk to it, and to make sure that you don't taste the 10% ABV.
Yeah, that's a
Of course,
problem.
you gotta hide
All
that.
these beers that are like 10, 12% and
Yeah.
don't taste like it. Aw,
So-
Rich is bringing food for
Thank you, Rich. I've got chicken.
I have not had food. I don't know what you're talking about.
Here, put this in your face.
Put this in your face.
Just
Oh, it's
Berliner
delicious.
Weiss and like 10% don't seem like they should go together. I mean,
That is
actually
kind of
had
odd,
somebody
yeah.
say that's like pretty much an oxymoron. I mean, you can't really have a
'cause they're usually like 3%.
3%, 3.5%. No,
Yeah.
I've actually seen, when I worked down in Florida, Cigar City made a beer called the 1%, and it was actually a 1% Berliner Weiss.
Wow.
I love it.
But I decided to, add a 0 on the end of that.
So fuck it, yeah.
Yeah,
Why
why
not?
Take
It's
your
very
Berliner
good.
Because we
Weiss.
can.
Because we can. That's true. And it's delicious. It's super, super tasty.
It's really nice.
And I feel like it would be. I mean, you guys do everything at Collusion, so you need to get into craft cocktails next.
Do it.
Because I feel like this beer would be a great base for a
I
great
would
cocktail.
love to do that. However, liquor at Collusion would be very bad. I would fucking
For
drink
you?
all of it myself, and I would never get any work done.
Well,
No,
they need to
it's-
lock it up and not let you have it.
Yeah.
That needs to be
Yeah.
the issue. here.
We've thought about it, and it still might come to fruition here down the road. But as of right now, we're kind of focused mainly on the beer. And while I would love to do cocktails there, I have to worry about intoxicated customers even
Yeah.
more so.
Yeah.
For sure.
And as of right
not
now,
the 10% Berliner Weiss. We're
as
not
of
gonna
right
worry
now,
about
I've
that.
only ever had to kick 2 people out of the bar since we opened up back in September.
Well,
Oh, that's good.
And both of them went completely willingly and without fuss.
Oh, well, that's good.
That's nice.
And
yeah.
I'm afraid that if we would involve liquor into that equation,
Yeah.
then I would be physically
won't-
removing people from
yeah.
the bar, and I don't really want to do that.
Speaking of intoxicating your customers, next.
Yeah. Next. So this one was actually, I didn't have anything to do with this beer. This one was all Ben.
Oh, okay.
This is a Russian Imperial Stout. We've done many Russian Imperial Stouts. Most recognizable was Betrayal when we did our Bourbon Barrel Betrayal release, which we're going to start doing every year now. This one, however, was basically let's just brew a straight-up 10.5% Russian Imperial Stout. No frills, no additives, no coconut, no hazelnut, no chocolate, no coffee, just straight-up Russian Imperial Stout. So I came in one morning and he had already started making it, and I was like, all right, keep on doing what you're doing. So that was the outcome. And I
It's
think
very nice.
I think it turned out pretty good.
It is, like you said, very straightforward. It's
Very
got,
straightforward Russian Imperial
It hits
Stout.
all the right notes.
Really
for the
chewy,
style.
lots of raisin, toffee notes to it. He did a good job.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like
that's solid.
You talked about this is no frills, no vanilla, coffee, whatever added. But I feel like this is a great candidate for a base beer to do some crazy
Absolutely.
shit with. Yeah.
And that's kind of where we're going with that. Is now that we have that base, he said he wants to tweak it a little bit. I think it's kind of perfect where it's at.
I think
but,
I think you hit it. Yeah.
You know,
So good.
in retrospect, if you're not, if you're always just okay with your beers and don't want to make them better, then you probably shouldn't be doing what you're doing.
That's true.
Every
Yeah.
beer can be better.
Very good point. Yeah.
But yeah, this would be a great base to do some stuff with, so we might do that. It's definitely going to be a big system beer. We're going to do a bigger batch of it. This was just a pilot batch that we do on our 1-barrel system, so this will be one that we do large scale here. And we might even do it like in the middle of June or July and just say, fuck it, Russian Imperial Stout in the middle of summer.
Why not?
Why not?
Fuck it.
We made 10% Berliner Weiss.
I love
Let's
it.
do a summer Russian Imperial Stout.
Well, Jared, as always, it is so good to see you. And
Yes,
we
indeed.
always enjoy drinking your beers. And I love sniffing your barrels. So I hope you have fun
That's
today.
literal. That's not a euphemism. That's
I
literal.
literally love
We've got
sniffing your
some
barrels.
maple syrup barrels in the way.
Oh, you are.
This. Oh man, this.
Well,
Oh, yeah, that and maple syrup.
That's
Ooh.
one of the reasons why we want to brew that on the big system is the maple syrup barrel will get that beer in it.
That would be awesome.
What was
Amazing.
when we were there? The maple. Oh my god! I took a crowler of it. What beer did I take? You took the same thing.
Oh God.
Was it maple stout, maple porter, maple porter?
I don't know. I just literally brewed a beer with maple syrup yesterday called Breakfast Cartel.
So you're thinking of the future.
Yeah, listen to that one.
Breakfast Cartel. I love that.
That sounds awesome.
Breakfast Cartel with maple syrup, molasses, vanilla, cinnamon, and coffee.
So we'll be going back to
Imperial brown
Collusion.
ale.
I'll be there.
That sounds awesome.
Will it be on tap Friday by chance? No.
Like a
If
stupid
only.
amount of maple syrup.
Oh my god, that's the best amount.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is
That's the
that
best
is
amount.
that is how you
I'll tell
measure
what,
maple
if you haven't
syrup.
had the maple syrup beer from from Wolf Brewing,
Yeah.
if you haven't talked to them yet,
Not yet,
you should
no.
get them on
So we
here
need to get them
'cause
on the
that is
list.
delicious.
All right.
Really?
Definitely.
We'll do.
These guys don't even have a brewery yet, and all the stuff that I tried from them is really solid.
Good.
Really
Nice.
solid stuff.
That's cool.
Nice.
That's
That's
a
great to
good
hear.
sign.
Good to know.
Awesome.
All
Well,
right,
can't wait to make it out to Collusion again.
Yeah.
Thank you so much
Yes.
for coming up here.
Thank
Yep,
you.
Come out,
You're
come
the
out
man.
last Friday for the bottle release.
Yeah, sure.
Of course.
Hop in our time machines.
Cool.
All right.
Jared, thanks, man.
Cheers.
So the past couple of people that we had on the show were from relatively recent episodes, so why not continue in that trend? So we have joining us from Tattered Flag, which was such an awesome stop with awesome... I mean, I don't think we've had whiskey anywhere else that we've been before, which
That's
makes
true,
me
yeah.
very happy. We, of course, have Tony and Dave. Gentlemen, how are you?
Not too bad. How are you?
Fantastic. Yeah, thanks.
Doing good.
Good. Glad to hear. Thanks for coming up here. How's Harrisburg Beer Week been treating you? I hear good things.
It's been busy. It's been great. We've met a lot of new people and poured a lot of good beer, I think.
How was Little Beer Fest?
That was fun. It's a totally different vibe than this one. Way more chill, a lot less drunk people.
A lot more sitting around and just talking and chatting. Everyone tried every beer and they were pretty much fine afterwards.
Nice.
Yeah, you could try every beer twice and still drive
I
home.
support that. That's my kind of beer fest.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to come around to that.
Yeah,
That-
session
that
beers
would be
are where it's at.
appreciated right now.
I've had enough hangovers where I appreciate a good 3% ESB now.
I
and
say
then.
I've had enough hangovers, period. Just
Yeah.
end the sentence there.
I know. So let's stop bullshitting. Let's get to this freaking beer.
Yeah, I've heard this one's...
This is the one I've been waiting for.
Is this one officially the biggest beer at Little Big Beer Fest?
I think so, but I haven't seen all the beers.
All right. But this is a 16% something or other, right?
16%. So we make a Mangost beer that's usually on tap. It's 12.5%.
Oh, we know that beer.
Ghost peppers, mango, citra hops.
That's why Steph wanted to get right to it. God damn it.
And we decided to one-up it for the festival this year and do a 16%.
So there better
version
be a
of it.
crap ton of peppers in this.
There's a lot of peppers. It's not too spicy. It's more the
I
ghost
don't want
pepper
to hear
flavor.
that.
Most people come up and say, I don't want to try this. I don't want spiciness. And we say, no, it's mostly flavor. Now, there is spiciness to it, but it's mostly ghost pepper flavor.
Verdict, Steph?
Did
It's quite delicious.
Did we say the name yet? So Mangos is the original one. This is Super Ghost.
Super Ghost.
Of course,
You're
Steph
right.
likes
You
it.
you swallow it and you wait a second and you get a little bit, but the flavor is amazing.
Thank you.
It should be spicier though. Just saying.
Wow.
It's quite delicious.
We'll make
though.
you something
So,
super spicy.
I was going to
next
say,
time.
next year I'll be Super Duper Ghost.
Don't promise things
Super
that you're
duper
not
ghost.
ready to
Yeah, I don't know how we're
produce.
going to one-up this one. I mean, 16% is kind of difficult to go much past that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so make me a 4% version of this with a shit ton more peppers.
Little
All
Big
right.
Beer Festival. I don't know if I can do that.
So when you went to make this, so Mangos
No, that's
is
just for
normally,
next time we're there.
Oh, you got
Okay,
it. You
we
got
can
it.
do that.
Mangos is normally 12. So when you went to make this, I'm assuming you wanted to aim higher than 12.
That's right.
Did you have 16 specifically in mind, or did it just come out at a happy 16?
This
Happy
is all that our mash tun can hold, grain-wise. We kept dumping in
You
until it
pushed the
was
limit.
full.
Yeah, we had no idea what the ABV would be at the end, and yeah, it was just a full mash.
It was a dirty day.
Just did all the grains we could and see where it comes out.
That's right.
Come on, we can get more in there. More.
I imagine like shoving it in with sticks. Like
That's what we were doing at the end. We had a mash paddle and we were just dumping it in.
Like,
and
am I
slowly
making beer or
poking it
oatmeal?
down.
I gotta say, I thought it would be spicier, and I don't know if I sound like Steph, but I'm really glad that it's not.
Yeah.
I'm so glad.
No, it
There's
does-
it's a tiny, tiny heat that's right there the whole way, but
Yeah,
it's
a
nothing.
nice
It's
warmth.
too much.
Yeah, it really is.
warmth and
Like you
warmth.
said, the flavor more than anything
Yeah,
from the pepper.
it's a solid beer. It's delicious. And I love that you guys walk in your like bosses and you have one beer.
That's right.
You're like, we don't need to bring 3.
That's all you need to
we don't
have.
need to bring 4. We got Super Ghost. That's all we need. I kind of respect that.
Yeah, I guess I gotta check it in now.
Easier to pour for people too. They know what they're getting.
That's true.
What do you have? This.
Yeah. People still
You know,
ask.
you don't even need to have the conversation. You just
What else do you
glass
have?
beer,
More of this.
That's it.
Have another one.
Yeah.
Or maybe don't. It's 16%.
Don't have another one. Go over to Mad Chef and have their session IPA.
Are you calling an Uber? All right, here's another
Yeah,
one.
right.
Are you the highest percentage today? Do we know?
I think, but I'm not 100%.
Yeah, we touched on that, and I think so far, I'm gonna
Definitely
go
the
ahead-
hiest we've had.
I
I'm
know
going to
it's
go
the
ahead and
highest
say
we've
yes.
had.
Yes.
We've
Not
walked
every
around,
beer
but-
on the list has an ABV, but I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
it's
Do
the
they
highest.
serve whiskey at the bar?
Yeah, at that point, we're just talking proof.
Yeah.
Here's a
exactly.
beer. It's 32 proof.
It's so good. Ooh.
Ooh.
I don't know if I should say this, but when you burp it up, it's good too.
It's good on the way down, good on the way
Good
back
all the way.
up.
Yep, exactly.
Very
exactly,
nice. Very nice.
For sure.
So, if you were to make a 4% version of this, what's the limit for Little Big Beer Fest? 8%?
the low limit? Yeah,
I think it's 8%.
Unless
So,
you're
like,
Francisco.
if you bring like 2 sixtels or instead of 1, or like 2 kegs, you just be like, well, it's together, it's 8.
No, that's not how it works. That's like saying I have a 20% off coupon and a 20% off coupon, so give me 40%,
so give me
off.
40% off.
That's not how it works.
No?
It
No?
should, though.
It should. No, I completely
So I have an
agree.
important question. Last time that we were there, I know I couldn't buy a bottle of whiskey. Can I do that yet?
Not yet.
Damn it.
You know, maybe by
Very
the time
soon.
this airs, possibly we have bottles now. We just need approval from the government.
Nice.
And they're super fast moving, so it should be any minute.
Hey,
right?
Trump's down the road right now. You can go
I'm trying
ask
to
him.
go up and talk to him, but
be
Yeah,
like,
just
hey,
like, here's some whiskey.
Traffic's
Can
not
I
good.
sell it now?
That's hilarious. I love you guys. I love you
be like,
guys.
I know presidenting is hard. This decision's easy.
just say yes.
Just sign right here
Just sign.
and
Yeah.
check the box.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Well-
it's delicious.
We already know he doesn't read what he
It's
signs, so just
huge.
hand it to him.
This is going to be huge.
Okay, I will be there when I can buy a bottle of it. I know I said it last time because
For
that whiskey
sure.
was damn delicious.
Oh, and by the way, last time I was at your establishment, the power went out.
Oh, yeah, you were there for that day.
Yeah, we ordered food and couldn't eat. It was very sad. But at least we got beer before they kicked us out.
Yeah, the fire marshal told everyone they had to get out.
Yeah, I guess the rule is if your hood doesn't work, you
Yeah.
can't serve beer.
How does the power
Or
go
serve
out if the
food.
nuclear plant's right down the road?
I don't know. Something happened. Like the road was closed, so I don't know if it was an
Yeah,
accident or
something blew,
something.
like Transformer
or
Blue,
yeah,
maybe?
Transformer Blue or Optimus Prime was fighting.
It's always good when that happens on a
Megatron.
Saturday night.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
we were
that-
not too thrilled about
It
it.
was
Yeah,
a
that had
shame.
to suck.
I think we ended up at Pizza Boy then, but because I love the food. I love your beer, obviously.
Well,
but
yeah,
it's
but-
so nice to go to a place where the food is equally exciting
Yeah,
as the beer.
Yeah, for sure.
that chicken sandwich I had was really, really good.
Yeah.
It's not often I can remember the food I had while we were at a brewery.
Yeah.
That chicken sandwich was on point.
So tell the Transformers to get their shit together next time I'm in town.
Yeah, come on, Optimus.
I think we're good now.
All right, sounds good. Well, it's as always, it's good to see you guys. Thank you for continuing to make this amazing beer because it's delicious. Even though it'll never be hot enough for me, but I still love you and it tastes amazing.
This should be on tap when this airs. So
All right.
Awesome.
come
So
to the
you
brewery.
guys
So
can
go
go
get
and
some.
get it.
Yeah, go to
Tatterflag
Tatterflag, get Super Ghost,
and get a chicken sandwich.
coast
Yeah.
to coast.
And whiskey.
Plan to eat for
Coast
sure.
to coast.
You guys are
Of course, of course.
Have fun. Don't drink too much. Well, drink a lot.
Yeah, but of course, make sure you have a DD and everything. Gentlemen, thank you for coming up here.
Hey, thanks
you
for having
guys.
us.
So I was saying earlier that the beauty of festivals like this is we get to catch up with old friends and meet new friends. And at this point, we get to do both. So we have with us Brooks, who is from Haymauer. Am I saying that right?
That is correct.
Haymauer. How are you, Brooks?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Doing awesome, man. Thanks for coming up here.
Yo, my pleasure.
And of course, we have Brad. Brad, how are you, my friend?
Man, good to be back. Good to be back.
Yeah,
man.
good to have
It's been
you,
a
man.
while since you've been behind
It
the mic.
really
Yeah,
has.
I'm gonna say at least a year or more now.
I think so, yeah,
At least,
yeah.
at least.
Well, what are you up to these days?
I was at Scotts and Brothers Homebrew now for about 8 years, and I just decided to leave maybe about a month ago.
Oh, wow.
And I am now brewing with Evergreen as well as the Brew House Grill.
Awesome.
They opened their own little 1.5 barrel pilot brewery, so I do all their scratch stuff, all their fun stuff, and then I help out over there as well.
Very
awesome.
cool.
That's pretty cool.
Seems like an awesome
Very
life to
nice.
lead now.
Oh, dude, it's great. I tell you what, I fell in poop and smell like a rose, let me tell you.
Wow.
Funny how some always happen.
Yeah. Some people just you can make shit smell good.
Yeah.
I mean, it
And
just,
he's one of them. He is one of them.
so hey Mauer.
Hey Mauer, yeah.
Hey
strong
Mauer.
A.
Hey Mauer.
Hey Mauer.
Hey.
So you
girl,
guys, you're not?
Mauer.
Are you not actually officially open yet?
Not
You're
yet.
still in the process.
Not yet. My wife and I are going through the process of starting a brewery. So
Okay.
it's all the lawyerese and
Right.
township BS, and it's that slow hurry up and wait process that
Yep.
we're going through right now. So we've assembled the team. So we got a lawyer, we got the accountant. We got a very, very good business mentor who's a very successful businessman in the Carlisle area, and it's just it's my dream. I feel this is my life work. I love brewing beer. I love spending time with people and just sitting down and chatting with them. So I think this is the best pairing of it all. And our slogan at Hammer Brewing Company is pouring liquid art one pint at a time. Because
art.
you know what, I can't draw. I can't play a musical instrument. I can't
sculpt.
write. I can't do nothing. That's quote unquote artistic, right? But I can brew beer.
Okay.
And this is my artistic outlet that I can do things that some people wouldn't do with their beer, and I think I'm doing pretty well with it, and hope to be open soon.
Awesome. So you mentioned that you and your wife are going through this process.
Correct.
So she's part of the business as well.
Correct.
Is she into brewing, or is she just helping out on the other end?
It's
this is gonna be good.
This is
Explain
the
what
funny.
she does,
This is the funniest part. So
this is great.
she doesn't drink beer.
Okay.
No, that's not even the best
No,
part.
that's
Well,
not
we
the
have
best part.
Rich, so we know how
right,
that goes.
Okay.
Okay.
So she is actually soon to be a full-time photographer,
Okay.
specializing in boudoir and contemporary glamour.
Oh,
wow.
Hey, nice.
I love visiting his house.
yes. So ShannonHaymorePhotography.com.
Nice,
Little
yeah.
plug for you, sweetheart.
Yeah, definitely.
I love you. Our goal in one day is maybe open up a facility called Beer and Boudoir, so the ladies can go get all dolled up and get some nice pictures taken, and the husbands, boyfriends can go get hammered in the bar.
or the other way around.
That
Yeah,
too.
I mean,
what
why
the
not?
fuck?
I mean, why not?
Let's call it beer
I want to
noir.
get hammered
Beer
and
noir.
get pretty.
Beer noir.
I want to go.
Very
I
good.
want to do both.
And I will be creepily looking through the hole in the wall that I drilled earlier.
You can
throughout
look at the
day.
hole in the wall through me all you
yeah,
want.
duh.
Okay, can we drink these fucking beers already?
Please.
Yeah, one of them has a turquoise turd.
Yeah,
in
it's
it,
got a thing in it.
I want to drink the dill beer so
but I think that's going to be
bad.
second.
Drink it up.
I have been
Holy shit, that's a
begging.
peep.
I have been begging brewers to
Oh, is
make
that
a
what that is?
fucking dill beer.
I didn't realize what that was.
It looked like
Or
a
it's
turquoise turd.
No, I thought it was like sherbet or something.
Yeah, it looked like.
Hold
anyway.
on, I'm gonna drink this.
All right,
it in.
Steph's drinking the other one.
Drink it in.
Verdict.
Pickle.
Pickles.
That's fucking awesome.
So this is
This
super
is what
dill.
I've been wanting for so long.
You're
with you.
welcome.
This is
My
a-
pleasure.
It's delicious. I love my spicy beers, but I have been begging for a dill beer. Why
Really?
not? It works.
That's actually I have two of them though. So this is the what I call the super dill, the Imperial Pale Ale. It's
my God.
it's,
You're not getting any of this, sorry.
it's dry hop with Sriracha Ace, and I also added some coriander to it as well too. So last week at PA Flavor I poured the original version, and
Oh, it smells like a deli. Oh, it's so awesome. Oh, wow.
It's fucking.
Like
Is that
Philly
the fir-
delis.
is that the first time you used that analogy when it came to beer?
Yes, it is.
Probably.
It definitely is, yeah.
Awesome. I'm glad you guys like it.
A Reuben sandwich. A Reuben with
Well,
this
and that's
would be great.
Right, exactly,
Cuban,
and it's all about the
Or
food.
Cuban. You do
Food pairing
Cubano.
with that, a little bit of salmon, maybe a Reuben as well too. So it's I'm very, very proud. I mean, this is one of my flagship beers that I plan on putting on. This may be a special release. It's the Imperial version of it, but obviously being in Dillsburg where we want to open, hence the
Perfect.
name. You got to do
Absolutely,
it right.
yeah.
And
The
Yeah.
Dill and Dills.
right.
Don't
I put the Dill in Dillsburg. You darn right.
So all the brewers that told me it wouldn't work,
Oh,
you
it
are
fucking works.
wrong.
It works.
Because this is delicious.
Well, tells you what they know.
Yeah. It even, and maybe I'm crazy, but I
You
even
are.
Oh.
okay. You get the you get the dill, But you almost get like a rye bread or like
Yes.
a sourdough.
You're
kind
100% right.
It's like
perfect.
a sandwich
Yeah.
in a glass.
And that's
It's
the
so
thing.
good.
I don't like pickles. I like this beer a
it's
lot.
so good.
It's because of the rye
so good.
aspect, now that you
Yeah.
say it, because it feels like a sandwich.
now mine.
Like if you get a good Reuben sandwich or something that has pickled something or other on it, like it adds to the flavor. This is that in a glass.
Thank you.
That is perfect.
I wouldn't have thought
Thank
of pale ale though. I was thinking more of a goza for like that salt
Well,
aspect.
there is,
But it
there is
works.
some goes in planning. I think I would like to go. Goes right with the salty aftertaste to it.
See what you did there.
That goes with it.
Hey, get him in there what I can, right?
You
Even
let
though
him
that's
up, I'll
totally
knock him
intense.
down all day.
my
bro.
beer.
It's really good.
Shameless
Thank
plug,
you.
but
I
have
want
you
more.
ever tried Three Floyds
Hey.
ham on rye?
No.
No, I have not.
It's a beer. It tastes like a ham sandwich on rye bread, and it makes me think like if they mix that with that, it would be really awesome.
Actually,
Oh, yeah?
last year at Battle of the Homebrewers, Brad and Kristen Richards had the Bloody Mary beer, and I had the Dill Pale Ale, the original version, not the Imperial version. We were actually blending them at
Oh,
the
that
end.
was
So,
good. That was good.
oh god, it was good. It was so good, so good.
This smells fucking amazing. It smells
Oh,
like
peep
those candies. They were hard and you chew them. And they were like malt ballish.
So I love how this is described in the notes as an Easter style
I was
beer.
going to bring that up too.
It's a
yeah.
new style.
Is that
BJ's
official?
category.
Well,
Is that in the guidelines?
When,
It tastes like Christ has risen.
Right. Resurrection.
Amen.
Amen.
So we wanted to kind of this beer to be a surprise. Not a lot of people who know what it was. So when they came in, it's like, what's this Easter style beer? And actually, it was one day I came in with my boys trying to kill some time when my wife had a photo shoot at the house. I said, "Hey, Brad, why don't we make a beer for Little Big Beer Festival?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure, why not? Let's do it." What do we want to do?
Sorry, I just realized the turd has eyes. It is a peep.
Hey, we actually have peeps in the Randall too.
that's
You
awesome.
can still see the eyes in it.
I was back there grabbing food and I saw you at the Randall. You're the only one here with a Randall.
Absolutely,
That's awesome.
I don't mess around.
You don't.
I don't
That's
mess
so
around.
far. That's pretty obvious.
He's making a name for himself already.
Tell me that doesn't taste like liquid marshmallow.
It does.
Doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Or cotton candy.
Cotton candy's a good one. Too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it does have
It's
eyes.
like diabetes in a glass.
Oh my god.
yeah. I'll
Kind of,
free
yeah.
diabetes screenings after this.
We actually
It's
subcalled
looking
it
at me and
Wilford
judging me.
Brimley.
Don't look into its soul.
So what actually is it? Like
I mean, by style, I guess you want to say it's an imperial golden ale.
okay.
We actually contacted the peat factory, and they sent us 2 pounds of the yellow dusting sugar.
Oh no shit.
We put that into the boil, and then we.
This is actually really good.
I told you,
right?
It shouldn't be
Right?
good, but
It shouldn't be, but
Yeah,
it
right.
is.
It's the gimmick that works.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna eat the peep after
Yeah,
this.
right?
Please do.
And then we aged it on a
too many
ton of
them.
vanilla beans.
There's
I mean,
plenty.
a ton.
Oh yeah.
Like a
definitely.
typical beer, what a small 10-gallon batch has 4 or 5 vanilla beans.
Aren't peeps like from Pennsylvania
It's like 20.
too?
I don't know.
Are they what?
Are they?
Aren't
From
they, like-
Pennsylvania?
They are.
Isn't
They're
that-
from like near Bethlehem.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, I called them and told them. They were like all
No.
about it.
You definitely brought the 2 funnest beers to the table.
Absolutely.
That's
All
so
you got to
tried.
do now
I
is
just have to say.
you have to figure
Just
out a
keep
way
making this, please.
to incorporate eggs
Eggs.
in the peep show
No.
to make it really Easter
No,
style.
we don't need to do
Egg
that.
white. Egg white for
Egg
no.
white.
head.
No.
There you go.
we're
that
gonna
would
have to
work.
go to the
Listen.
to the factory and try to work that out. But
Brooke brings the steak. I'll sell the sizzle,
you're
baby.
absolutely, absolutely.
So you've got
We
11
both
months
sell
to figure
the
that out.
sizzle. Yeah.
Sell
So
the sizzle.
All right,
But,
the dill beer's
Oh,
gone.
and by the
I'm
way,
sad.
your beautiful poster that we gave you of the label.
Yeah.
To the
the
man
Peep
to your
Show.
right here is looking
Yeah,
off waving.
Jim.
He's our graphic
Hey!
artist.
Nice.
Very well done, sir.
So for everyone listening,
Well
we got some posters made up by Jim, who we just announced there. Thank you, Jim. By
Yeah,
the way,
Jim Booth Designs,
And
man. This guy
one
rocks.
thing I definitely want to do, because I enjoy your guys' podcast all the time. So
Thank you.
When
Thank
when
you.
I'm brewing, when I'm kegging, when I'm doing something beer related, I'm definitely listening to you guys. So I definitely wanted to, as a thank you for all your hard work and effort, and thank you for letting me be on your podcast. When we're open, I definitely want to have you guys
For
out.
sure.
And, definitely,
Yes, please.
There'll definitely be more dill for you, Steph.
And I would like Brooks, thank you for
More
staining
dill.
all my equipment bright yellow. Because everything I own now, my hoses, my funnels, my conical is bright effing yellow now.
Yeah, it was a
All
mess.
that.
It was a mess. But you know what, though?
We had fun.
At the end of the day, it was a fun beer to make. It's a great event, and I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you
For
guys.
sure.
You guys are always a blast.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank
we
you.
look forward to coming to your
thank
brewery
you.
and recording there.
Yes.
And drinking more dill beer.
More dill, yes.
And drinking more peeps.
More
Drinking
peeps.
more
We got another. We got some other crazy stuff going on
they
as well
have
too.
other tricks up their sleeve.
Fruity Pebble Oreos.
Make a Fruity Pebbles beer. You'll be my best friend forever.
Yeah, but you know what? That color wouldn't really go well.
Who cares what it looks like?
That's
People
true.
put flour in beers.
It's all that matters is what it tastes like, right?
All right, Brooks, it was awesome
Yes,
meeting
great
you.
meeting, Thank you for having
Please
us.
have fun today, and thank you for bringing these awesome beers.
Brad, thanks for
Brad,
being up
as
here
always,
again.
it's good to see you.
Great to see you, man.
All right, cheers.
Cool, thanks, guys. All right, so we've got coming up to the table now here at Little Big Beer Fest 2017. We have Lauren, who is from Hardy. Lauren, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. Thank you for coming up here.
Woo! Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I just need someone to sit next to me.
All right.
I'm literally always by myself.
Okay,
all
right. We got a little emotional
We have
support
the-
from Pat.
They don't want me to talk. Just smile.
The Tattered Flag and Hardy Love. You can put headphones on.
if you
It's
want,
cool.
yeah.
Why not?
You've done this before. You know how it works.
You know the drill.
Yeah, I mean, they're popping my cherry right now, so I'm not really sure.
I like.
You'll do fine.
He's like, I don't know what to say.
I don't know how to respond to that
I'm
comment.
just here.
So Hardy Brewing is a pretty new brewery. When did you guys open?
So, actually, almost a year and a half ago.
It's been that long already?
It has. Thank
Time
you.
flies.
Yeah, so February 2015. Actually, 2016. We created the LLC in 2015, so sometimes I get a little confused with that aspect. But, yeah, so February 8th. You were there, actually.
I was there.
Yeah, I was like, Pat was there in his, like, camo hat, and he was, like, undercover. But, yeah, so it was 2016.
That's fantastic. And you brought 2 beers to the table.
I did.
What should we drink first? What do you think?
So, obviously, you want to go by the IBUs. I would definitely do the stout first, and then the Belgian triple.
But this is not any stout. This is a bourbon oaked imperial stout because it is Little Big Beer Fest, of course.
Correct.
Dare I ask, what's the ABV on it?
It's only 8.9 according to the notes.
Yeah, that's
all right. So
that's like session beer for today.
Yeah, right. Or for Dan Eddie Day.
No, that's sort of
Only on Mondays.
Only on Mondays. This is a Monday session beer.
It's
Ooh,
quite
that's nice.
tasty. And it does
Chocolatey,
not taste
a little sweet.
Do you guys tell people the truth if you don't like it, though?
We
in
just
front of
don't say
their face?
anything.
Oh, you're like,
Yeah, usually we're
Like,
quite
yeah,
quiet.
it's a stout. Thanks.
They looked at us with blank faces a couple times.
That's not true. And
That's
you know.
only because they've seen your Untapped.
It's quite good. It's roasty. It's John Stemler's bringing a
John
picture to the
Stemler's
table.
coming up with a picture. Oh God!
So we actually
Things are
did
devolving.
win an American Society dinner with the just plain Imperial Stout. So bringing this with the bourbon aged Imperial Stout was a little. I wasn't quite sure about it.
So what type of bourbon barrels was it aged in, or was it like a blend of a
So
lot
actually,
of
it
different?
was aged on bourbon chips. We
Oh, okay.
don't make enough to consistently pour into a 55,
Right.
whole barrel.
Right.
So I got oak barrel chips, soaked those in the bourbon, and then we put them in our mesh bag, which went into the fermenter.
Okay.
See, I do know a little.
Oh, you know a lot. Give yourself credit, girl. Now, this is Orange Blossom.
It's actually an orange blossom honey Belgian triple. So Michael came to me and he said, you know what, we're going to do the Imperial Stout for a Little Big Beer. And I said, everybody does stouts. I said, let's just be a little different. Why don't you do one of your Belgian? You really do a really good job harvesting your Belgian yeast. So just do a little twist on it. So him and Chris came up with the honey orange blossom.
It's quite tasty.
Did you even try?
I have had it. I've had it at your place. It's fantastic.
It's very nice. It's
I
very.
was like, did you? I was like, wait. I might have not been there that day.
I mean, you don't live there?
Oh, no, I do. Oh, yeah. Me
It's
and the
okay.
kids.
Now, where did you get your Orange Blossom honey?
Amazon Prime.
Nice.
Hashtag Prime that.
Best answer ever.
Amazon sourced honey. I like it.
He wasn't really sure what the honey aspect would do with the ABV. So, he sort of went with what Chris Harvey suggested.
Right.
Now, when you say he, I feel like we need to explain to our listeners who he is.
So Michael does the physical brewing. I suppress his his brew.
You keep him in check.
You bring him down to reality.
Well, no, actually, he brings me down because I'm like, oh, do this, that, and the other, and he's like, Lauren, scientifically, you really can't.
Like
do
that's
that.
not going to work.
Even though we did just do if anybody likes the Arizona honey green tea, we did a honey green tea Kolsch.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Hashtag we are not in Germany, so I can't really necessarily call it a Kolsch, but it tastes exactly like Arizona.
Interesting. That sounds really good.
That sounds amazing. Actually is a great nooner.
And shout out to Chris Harvey.
Yes.
Excellent
we love
homebrewer
Chris Harvey.
who we've known for a
He's
long time.
He's a good friend of ours.
And glad
he
to
was
see
also
that.
our first phone interview.
He was our first phone
that's true,
interview.
by accident.
That's right.
By accident.
By accident, yeah.
I like that slide in there.
But it's true.
He actually
But,
ended up winning a homebrew contest at our place.
Oh, nice.
A little while ago. Yep.
Nice.
Cool. Fantastic.
Not
Tied
surprising.
along with Wolf, right?
Yep, absolutely.
He collabed with Wolf Brewing.
Yep, absolutely.
There's a lot of amazing homebrewers in this area.
There really are.
We've done homebrew harvest at the brewery at Hershey several times, 3, 4 times. I don't remember how many now, but and I'm always amazed at the quality of the homebrews that are served at that event.
I kind of feel like it's central Pennsylvania. Like people, whether they're professional or not, have to make good beer. Like you just have to. Like
why?
Because the German
because
heritage.
there's nothing else to do.
The
and
Dutch? Are you? Oh, wait, the Dutch, Lancaster Dutch?
Yeah, the German heritage and the there's not much else to do but drink beer
And play with the animals.
and play with animals, animals and beer.
I love it.
I don't know what's happening. I was trying to make a
We
salient
need to
point.
record at Hardy just so we can have Lauren on
Absolutely,
the show again.
we're working
for
on
a whole
it.
episode.
We're working on it.
I
We
love
had,
her.
we had a little conversation briefly.
Yeah, Chris is already
off air.
trying to make it happen.
So we're comparing calendars.
So, like, I always consider us so tiny but mighty, so I don't really necessarily... Everything is so organic and everything, so I don't really push ourselves on people or
You
on-
need to. It's the beer industry. There's like 6,000 of them now. You need to push yourself.
Well, ours is a little different. Everybody has really good beer. It's all about the good experience. It's about the
Let's
overall
go ahead and look at it. Yeah.
like experience that you come into, and that's what necessarily like Hardy is trying to give.
Yeah, you need to make yourself stand above the rest because there's so many other options right now.
Correct. Yeah. You know, we only have 30 seats and 15 outside, so it's not like we're doing a 3-story.
Yeah, like these guys. They're like, we're buying all of it. We're putting fermenters on top of fermenters.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the Spider-Man brewery.
Yeah, we might have went a little high.
No.
A little overboard, right?
You're doing it right. It's all good, Pat. You're doing it right.
Yeah, I've never seen a brewery that had so much space, but vertically.
Yeah.
than
That
Tattered
makes
Flag.
it's an interesting challenge.
Yeah.
We're getting the selfie life over there, too.
This is why Steph likes you so much, because you're
You take
selfieing during
selfies.
podcasting.
Yeah.
and
What's
that's
wrong?
what
There's
Steph
nothing
does
wrong with
all the
selfies.
time.
Wait, I take selfies?
Well, I mean, you just did.
You literally just did.
I did, but I always take 3, and everybody dips out after at least the one.
Oh my god, I didn't know that.
You
I
did.
didn't know
I
the
always
rule.
have to do 3.
I didn't know the rule.
Well, I mean, it was my first selfie with you, so next time.
I'm learning so much.
Yeah, me too.
This has been enlightening.
I mean, Suburbia Mechanicsburg definitely has a niche. So.
So true.
That's about right.
Yes.
Lauren, it was awesome to meet you.
Yeah.
And I
Thank
mean
you.
that from the bottom of my heart. And we will definitely have to come out to Hardy and keep doing what you're doing. Of
course.
Yeah, everybody says our hours are weird, but right now it's 5 days a week, all at night, Wednesday through Sunday.
That seems
Awesome.
pretty normal.
Those seem like the ideal hours to drink.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
pretty much.
Isn't any hour an ideal hour to drink?
Yeah,
Just
but
saying.
I mean,
do have a Kolsch
especially.
that you can drink at noon, just saying.
I love a good
Ah.
Kolsch. And Pat, it's good to see you again.
Yes, man.
Good to see you
Thanks
guys.
for
Coming up
letting
here.
her not sit alone.
Yes.
Hey, I know.
Yeah, we appreciate
That-
the moral
I know you
support.
That
already
central
did our
PA
guys,
love.
so
I'm
that's what it
always
is.
by
That's what it
myself.
is.
But
Aw. You can call me. I'll come. It's all right.
We're big supporters. If honestly, if you haven't been out to Hardy, you should get out to Hardy.
We will definitely be there soon.
Of course.
For sure.
It's on the list.
Yeah.
Have fun, guys,
Thank
while
you,
you
guys.
still can.
Yes.
It's almost
Yeah.
over.
It's hard to believe that the fest is winding down, unfortunately. But we couldn't finish out the day without getting somebody from Wolf Brewing coming up here. So we have Derek. How are you?
Oh, great. How are you?
Doing great, man. Thanks for coming up here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
To be honest, we heard you had a beer with maple syrup, so we were like, we have to have him on.
Not only did we hear it was one with maple syrup, we heard it was a phenomenal beer.
Oh,
Just
thank you.
Period.
Yes.
You had a reputation.
You were on by recommendation.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an imperial milk stout with organic maple syrup. Saigon cinnamon, bourbon Madagascar vanilla, organic cacao
It
nibs.
smells like breakfast.
And then there's
smells like
Eagle
breakfast.
Rare bourbon soaked on oak that was added to it with a little extra bourbon, and then St. Thomas Roasters cold brewed coffee. Kind of tie it all
So
together.
it is officially imperial breakfast in a glass.
That is. It's
Oh
French
my
toast, French toast in a blender thrown into the beer.
It literally
Smells
is.
so good.
It literally is. Holy fuck.
It's like really good French toast
It's
sticks.
so good.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Dan, wait till you have this.
Oh, Dan's gonna love this.
All right. Well,
Should we
I
not
mean,
let him have it?
Hurry
Should we
up.
Hurry up, he says.
Hurry up! Oh, it's so good.
Oh my God! The smell.
thank
So Wolf Brewing is not officially open yet.
Correct. So we are currently negotiating on 2 properties that we're going to be building our brewery. So it's going to be in Mechanicsburg.
Okay.
But we're on 2 sites. One's closer to the borough. One's closer to Lower Allen. So until we get that negotiation set in stone, we'll start our construction, and hopefully by fall 2018, spring 2019, we'll be rocking and rolling.
Nice.
But you're not a newbie to the scene. You are a home brewer that has had quite a reputation in this area for a while.
Well, we've been I've been brewing since January 2011. Just kind of dabbled with some kits my friends got me, and then we got to a point where we started going to festivals, and my wife thought, I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur and run my own business. Let's make this a brew pub. So that's kind of where we're going. We're looking forward to operating a brew pub in the Mechanicsburg area. And we're getting very antsy. We wanted to open yesterday, so
yeah, I'll bet.
I can think after 6 years now, you've had quite the time to perfect your recipes and really think about the beers that you want to brew on a professional system. So that's got to be exciting.
Absolutely. I mean, all of the competitions and everything that we've done over the years has been very beneficial.
I'm waiting for Dan to comment on this beer. He looks like he wants to
I've
say
got a
something.
couple of
so
things to say.
bad.
First, I know you said 2011, but it didn't hit me that it was 6 years ago until you said that. And that kind of hurts my brain. As far as the beer goes, it's like I put my French toast and my coffee with some syrup in a blender and drank it.
And added booze.
And added just a little bit
But
of
it
booze.
was good. Because
but
that sounds like it could be kind of.
That does sound like it would be bad, but this is... Oh, my God.
That was what I was going for, coffee and French
So
toast.
good. Oh, my God.
Perfect.
You succeeded.
Or
No,
like if
thank
you
you.
make the French toast and then you grind up some coffee beans on top.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah,
there you go.
Exactly.
Ooh, that would be good.
Yeah, you're welcome. This is why I need to cook with Francisco.
Yeah,
Al
absolutely.
Francisco's the man.
Yeah.
Mad chef, he's the man.
No, this
is-
beer is fucking incredible.
This is there maple syrup, cinnamon, coffee involved in the brewing process? And
Absolutely.
Where does it come from?
there's vanilla as well. So
Okay.
a lot of this is all done secondarily to the primary fermentation. I don't want the yeast kind of messing with the flavors.
Right.
A lot of times they'll try to mute everything that you try to put in front of them. So it's all done. The yeast are still involved, but it's all done secondarily when they're kind of a little bit sleepy.
Yeah, they're a little bit sleepy. I like that.
All right, so next we have the Yuzu Double IPA.
Yeah. Okay. So I have a question about this. What the fuck is yuzu?
All right,
juice?
so yuzu is a Japanese fruit that they took Ichang papeda, which is a Japanese lemon, and they crossed it with a sour mandarin. So it has very unique lemon, lime, mandarin, tangerine characteristics to it. So I tried to balance that with Sriracha Ace, Citra, and Mandrina Bavaria. So those hops have very similar characters, I think, to the juice. Sometimes I try to counteract that flavor and use something completely different, like Cascade, that's piney, resiny. But I like to try to get something that's bright and refreshing with less grassy, resiny flavor to it.
Mission accomplished.
I'm sure I'll agree once it ends up over here.
Sorry. Get in
Someday,
there.
yeah.
It's very good. It's very good.
Thank
It's got
you.
a great hot character, but then it has that yuzu underneath, which lends a characteristic that's unique. I mean, I've never had.
And I see it tropical.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Nice
pull
sort
a
of
you
fruit
for a second,
blend.
Wayne. It smells and tastes like something I've had before,
But you can't think of what
I can't think of what it is.
Exactly.
Spot on.
Really
But it
nice.
is delicious.
What, I'm curious. What's the ABV on that one?
The ABV on the yuzu is 9.5%. So
I wouldn't. It doesn't taste boozy, but it has that thick, full body of like a New England style IPA where you really kind of know okay, there's there's a lot going on here.
Yeah,
it's probably kind of high.
Absolutely. I put
Yeah.
a lot of malted oats in there, so there's a good bit to add that mouthfeel. I want to coat your palate with the flavor and not go down your throat and it kind of disappears.
That should be your motto.
Yeah.
I want to coat your palate.
I want to coat your
I
palate.
want to coat your palate. It's actually a very good follow-up to the breakfast in a glass because it kind of has an orange juice / oatmeal
there you
type
go.
character
There you
going
go.
for it. So it sort of cleans up the sweetness.
It's the orange juice to the
gives
French toast.
Yeah,
There
it gives
you
you
go.
the other side of breakfast.
The
you know?
other side of breakfast. So we have one more beer.
Yeah, so this was a beer that I brewed with Molly Pitcher. So we made a double New England IPA with Citra, Simcoe, and Vic Secret. And Vic Secret is a hop that's unknown to a lot of people, but it's from Australia.
Is that why it's called Secret?
Yeah, it's Victoria's Secret. So they couldn't use Victoria, obviously, because of the
So this
patent
is Vic
infringement.
Secret. It's all jock straps and
yeah. So Victoria is the southern region of Australia, and that's where they actually grew this hop. It's very similar to Galaxy without the grassy, resiny dankness, just the straight fruit, which is very unique. Pineapple is kind of what I pick up mostly from the
For
hop.
sure.
Yeah, definitely.
So juicy.
Although I think it does have a slight herbal quality.
Yeah,
in the back end.
It does
Yeah.
have some earthiness to it
Yeah.
without the grassiness, which
Yeah,
is nice.
exactly. Yeah.
Ooh,
Really
yeah.
nice.
That's good.
Really nice.
Yeah, it's a very layered flavor. That's really good.
I love it.
No, glad
So-
you guys like it.
When can the lovely beer drinkers listening to us expect you to be open to the public?
Well, I was hoping for fall 2018, but I'm thinking more spring 2019. But we're hoping.
So you're just a big tease today.
that's a long ways
We
off.
don't want to be a tease. And everybody's been telling us over the years. They're like, hey, you said you were going to open, but
Hey.
when you want to open and have 50, 60, 70 parking spots, it's hard to find a location.
I met a brewery owner last night that just broke ground in October, and they were ready to open in February. Now they had
wow.
some permit issues, so they opened April 1st. 6 months they were open. I was like, "You're lying to me," but it was true.
No,
so
the
it is
red
possible.
the red tape's unbelievable.
You don't have to make us wait that long.
No, we hope we don't have to. We hope it's going to happen yesterday, but it's
Yeah, for sure.
keep our fingers crossed.
Well, keep working on these recipes because they're freaking amazing. And holy shit, I can't even imagine where you're going to be in 2019 and the beers that you're going to have ready to serve to the public.
Oh, thank you.
That's amazing. It's so good. Well, it was nice to officially podcast meet you because
Yeah.
I think we've met you at other events as well, but to have you on air, and we're super excited for you and what's coming next. So thanks
Thanks so much for having me,
Yeah,
guys.
thanks for
It's been
coming,
a
for
pleasure.
It's hard to believe, but we're already at the end of Little Big Beer Fest.
I was expecting piano music right there.
Well, I mean, it's not the end of this, but it's the end of the event.
It's not quite the end because look at all this food
I know.
here.
There's more on the table, but the event is officially over. And
if anybody was going to do
I
it
feel
to
like
us,
these two are trying to one-up each other.
Yeah, you need a glass.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's her glass right there.
That's true.
I don't have a trophy, so this is my glass.
She's going to drink right out of the pitcher. There it is. There it is.
The wonderful thing is, I'm sure by now everyone recognizes the two voices that are here, and I can't think of a better way to end the show than, of course, with John Semler from Free Will, and, of course, Brandolin from Zero Day. Thank you for coming up here with
Welcome
us, guys.
back again.
Yes.
Thanks
to
for
both
having
of you.
us. Me.
We've been hiding in the back of the van. So
In the back of the van. All right.
Wow.
Guys have been staying out of the fray.
It was fantastic.
Fantastic. I see it.
I see what you did there.
How has the week been for you two?
Tiring.
Yes.
Yeah.
For me, it's been interesting because, we have a presence in Harrisburg City. So I've actually been really impressed. So this is our third year of doing Harrisburg Beer Week, and I think it continues to grow. And not only is it successful, I think we're finally starting to see the actual return on investment because it's catching on because they built it up so well.
Yeah, for
The word I would use is cohesion.
It's a good word.
Yeah.
I think that's the word of the day, probably.
Because I'm outside the market and I can see how everybody revolves around each other here, and it's
A
good to
lot
see.
of collaborations.
Yes.
Holy shit, you guys did the Molly Pitcher and Zero Day Freaky Friday
That's
event
pretty
last
cool.
night, which
Yes.
is awesome.
So my administrative assistant Jess, who we've referenced on the show before,
Many times.
For various reasons.
She actually
It's
had
like
a great.
a Pee Wee Herman laugh.
She had a great idea. I was sitting at my desk, and we were talking about events for Beer Week, and she goes, it'd be really cool. All these bars are doing tap takeovers. What if we did a brewery takeover? And I looked at her, and I was just like, absolutely. We can now, because of legislative changes in PA, do that.
Yeah.
I said, who do you want to do one with? And she thought for a second. She goes, I want to do one with Molly Pitcher. So I sent an email to Mike Mall and Cassie Forless, and they were into it, and we swapped breweries.
I love it.
That's awesome.
That's a really cool idea.
We hope to keep it going, so we want to do it. It helps promote Pennsylvania beer and allows us to do some guest taps, but not rely on guest taps.
Yeah.
Because we still want to, perpetuate our beer, and we don't want to be a bar. So where do you stop when you blur those lines? So we hope to do it every 3 months with a different Pennsylvania brewery, so we can do this fun swap. And it also helps people that may not have that distribution footprint get into other markets and get exposure for their retail operations. So I think
awesome.
I'm really excited about it.
So who are you swapping with, John?
We're not swapping per se, but anyway, I kind of stole her idea a little bit, and I'm going to expand upon that during Philly Beer Week and actually take a bunch of Philly and Philly area pubs or non-distributing or limitedly distributing breweries and put a bunch of their beer on my taps during all of Philly Beer Week.
That's cool.
That sounds like a really cool idea.
Yeah, we have about a month to recover, and then we have Philly Beer Week.
And then Philly Beer Week comes up. Yeah. So wait. I just before we go any further, I have a burning question that's on everyone's mind.
Do you have herpes?
John.
Yes.
How old are you?
26.
Great. Thanks.
Does that mean I need to officially apologize? John?
Is this above or below the waist?
John, from the bottom of my heart, I am truly sorry, and I love you.
I think I'm blushing.
And I was drunk. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry.
I'm good. I'm sorry.
I mean it. I felt really bad.
You're only sorry because you said 48.
Well, okay.
I did not say the highest number. Just saying.
It's
Just
not.
saying.
It's not the physical appearance because you look like you're in the strapping throes of youth, but it's the weight of all the wisdom and gravitas that you carry to everything you do.
Nice save.
Hey, Wayne, were those expensive?
Very.
Oh, good.
So
Lord.
I feel like there's a lot of beer in front of us.
Yeah,
so
I don't know what's
where
about
should
to
we
happen.
even begin? Point to something we should drink
let's
first.
finish up right here.
Yep. Shut up and drink.
I think we should save this for last. I've had that.
Oh, good Lord.
I have not had that.
And
I have.
I've had
Brandolin,
a
which
lot.
of these should we drink first?
If I'm looking at my beer properly, I believe that this is the.
Shit, I'm fucked.
That is the marketing gimmick.
Which is a.
That is
marketing
a
gimmick.
That is a hoppy saison. We did a collaboration beer with Molly Pitcher, Tattered Flag, where we actually did the recipe together and brewed it independently. And part of the reason we called it marketing gimmick was because we encouraged people to visit all 3 of our breweries during Harrisburg Beer Week. They would get a punch for visiting, and they would get a limited edition 32-ounce growlette that I had commissioned that blended all 3 of our logos. So the whole point was we wanted people to visit all of our breweries, and what better way than to call it marketing gimmick?
And it's working pretty well, isn't it?
Yes. We're out of the growlettes.
That's awesome.
Oh.
Yeah. Encouraging people to go outside of their local area and driving to other breweries is really helpful.
Yes.
I had the beer. It's delicious. I really wanted one of the growlettes, but oh well. That's what I get.
I'm sorry, Pumpkin.
It's cool. That's what I get. It's fine.
Did you go to all 3 places?
I know people.
Even I didn't get one.
He had his samples muled.
I know people. I made them. I mean, I didn't physically produce them.
You may know people, but Wayne, I know places.
I know places we can hide. They are the hunters.
Oh,
we are the
Jesus.
foxes.
This is already too far. Marketing gimmick was
this
a phenomenal beer.
I want to make sure I'm right.
She wants to make sure we're drinking the right
Yep,
beer.
I'm right.
I love it.
I get worried after a day of this.
Well,
it's
of
palate
course.
wrecking.
What? How many beers did you bring?
5.
Congratulations! I think you have the most in the building.
I brought 7.
Never mind. Not to be outdone by John Stemler.
John has to win, of course.
That's okay.
Okay, what should we drink next?
What's up next? So the marketing gimmick versus...
I have to make up for being older.
The Milk Steak IPA.
Oh, I didn't get to have that.
That is our nod to Always Sunny in Philadelphia. We had an Always Sunny in Harrisburg event at the brewery during Beer Week.
I love that beer.
Yeah, I didn't get to have
I feel like you need to revisit that beer cold because this beer's been sitting on this table for a while.
Yeah, they took a while to give away those trophies.
Yes.
There were people on the stage.
Whoa.
So that was
That's
my
really
brain
good.
baby. That is a lactose IPA, single hopped with Denali, which is a German hop. Everybody's doing like these super juicy New England IPAs. Well, I wanted something with more of a berry forward note. And Denali gives a really nice berry aroma and flavor. So after the success of our first hazy IPA, Alternative Facts, I was greenlit to work with Theo to do this one. So I'm super excited.
Smells kind of like blueberry.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
It's all from the Denali.
We need to pair it with a blueberry biscuit from Bojangles.
So, Steph, is this another beer that's again
Fucking brewers.
changed your
Putting
mind?
my fucking words back into my mouth.
Yeah, along with their beer.
I know.
Right?
These lactose beers that are actually good.
Yeah.
I was like, why the fuck do you need to put lactose in beer? It's fucking stupid. And
That's why.
These
Create new
breweries are
flavors.
proving me wrong.
Yeah.
It is a testament to the fact that brewing is an art. And you have all these different mediums. And if you limit yourself with the specific ingredients because that's how it's always been done, you're never going to innovate. And I think that wrapping our head around some of these newer styles, whether they're defined or not, is important because we get these ingredients that we get to play around with. And they're our palate. And we're making all kinds of different masterpieces. And there are some that could sell at Costco for $2, and there are some that could hang at the Met.
Not in PA.
But, you know, it really depends on how you utilize them. And there are always
Do they
really
hang
great...
beer at the Met? Is that a new thing?
They do sometimes.
Yeah, at the Met. Not at the Costco's in PA. Costco's in other states do.
No, the Met.
Yeah, yes, I said yes.
I want $2 Chuck.
I know, right? Well, it's $2.99 Chuck
Oh
now.
my gosh, no.
Yeah, it's
This
not
is
$2.
blasphemy.
It is.
No taxation without representation.
What's next?
There's the Artemis, which is the
that's not on the list.
I don't even know. I hope you're writing these down, Steph.
It's the Artemis.
I also did not try that.
It's a kettle soured inspired red ale that we used a double roasted crystal malt from Simpson. It was the first time we've ever used that malt in a beer. It has that nice, fun, unique flavor to it. If you eat the malt raw, it's almost like it's kind of caramelized, sugar coated, and it kind of pops in your mouth. I got it in a sample pack
not in your
from
hand.
not in your hand. I got it in a sample pack from BSG, and I was just like, we need to use this in something at some point. And Theo, you know, when working on this recipe, was like, boom, here it is.
It's very nice. It's got like a nice little tartness to it.
But still the
That's fun.
dark fruit, roasty notes of the malt.
It's unique. It's a libation that may not be for everyone, but it is for the people that thoroughly enjoy it.
Yeah.
It is unique. I don't think I've ever had a beer quite like it. And that's sort of difficult these days with so many tens of thousands of different beverages you can drink.
Yeah.
Finding a unique beverage is something.
So this is kind of the moment we've been waiting for, even though, spoiler alert, I've already had it.
Mango Hob Royale.
Oh, yeah, I've had that too.
I'm a little afraid of that.
It's a very good beer.
I don't know.
Did you go there after Ben Folds? That's when I had it.
Yes.
But
you were there the next day. I was there after Ben Folds. You were there after Imminent Liquidation.
Oh, that's right. I did not
Yes,
go after
and after Ben Folds,
went
I
after
had
Imminent Liquidation.
Critical Condition aged in like rum ham. That was
The
the
rum
infusion.
ham infusion.
Yeah, that was interesting.
That was, again, one of Jess's ideas.
Considering she's a vegetarian.
I know. She's a vegetarian that wanted to infuse ham with rum and put it in our infusion tower.
Oh, Dan didn't get any. Sorry, he finished it.
It's cool. I've had it.
It's
I
good.
thought you did. I'm so sorry.
It's super good and it's tasty, but it's not spicy enough. I'm sorry.
It's never spicy
it is,
enough.
Anything ever spicy enough
It's
for
never
you?
spicy. Well,
no,
some versions of Safe Word are.
Don't even listen.
Jalapeno.
Yeah, not enough.
Jalapeno. I feel like I need to recreate it every year to see how my voice is aging.
Like how I slid that in there.
You might have to pee. All the sound bites.
That's what you get
Sounds
when you're
like
on
a
our
morning
show.
with John Stepler.
Wow. What?
Is that the show on at 5 a.m.? And now for the traffic report.
That was the you can say anything card.
Sorry.
All right, so I'm like super excited about this.
You need to
I
have
not
this.
had this
Wayne and
yet.
I killed off a bottle of it a while ago.
I'm
Well,
really.
did you stand
To
afterwards?
be fair,
So am I the only one
I was
drinking it?
really drunk the night that Dan cracked this
that's
open,
true.
and I drank like 3 sips and was like, "No, I can't do this," and I went to bed.
Well, here you can do it now.
So now I can do a little
it's
more.
like 11.5%.
Do it now.
Do it.
It's,
do it now.
It's a delicious
Everybody's doing it.
Russian Imperial Stout. What is it? Burning Angel? Is that what it is?
Midnight
Midnight
Angel.
Angel.
Burning Angel sounds like a medication. It
really does.
Like, you need to treat that Burning Angel.
What I love about this beer is that even the head is rust colored. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's got a rusty head. Okay.
Rusty head. Much like a rusty trombone.
Gonna break my rusty
Oh my God, what is happening?
As opposed to the dirty penny.
Distinct from the dirty penny.
Nope.
Although
Exactly.
I'm
Nope.
getting notes of Cleveland Steamer.
Are you telling me my beer tastes like shit?
It's actually really good.
That one was definitely a passion project. We don't do a whole lot of
Yep.
barrel beer.
Passion needs to be involved with these things.
But yeah, I'm happy with the way that turned out. We commissioned the artist, Ryan Spar, who has done our crowlers, has done some bottles for us, who we are, going to be using for packaging. He's really part of our identity and our brand. And I think that's one thing that sometimes people don't understand, the whole art direction and who you work with for labels and how that affects your sales. But we have a great relationship between Ryan and Bart, who is actually our graphic designer, Hopheads Bart. So the team all have a passion for metal because, Bart used to be in a metal band.
Right.
Ryan likes metal. He makes great art. Bart finishes great art. It's really a match made in
He doesn't
beer
start
heaven.
great art. He just finishes it.
I didn't say that. Bart has a style that's all his own, but also is reflected in his work that he does with Pizza Boy.
Yeah.
I mean, Bart is, the branding arm, essentially, of Pizza Boy. So as brewers, we have to think about how do we set ourselves apart in the market as it becomes,
Or how do we set ourselves apart?
a Bart.
Oh, come on.
Ba-dum-bum.
But it is important that you look for your own niche
Dan,
and
you
you
can turn my
find your
microphone
own
off.
path.
Just stop talking.
Well, not quite yet. I can't turn your mic off yet
So
because we
who
still have at least one
inspired
other
the
beer.
beautiful girl on the label.
It's not me. I swear to goodness.
It does
gracious.
actually vaguely look like
It does.
I
If
don't
you had
I
see
am
that.
narcissistic, but I am not that narcissistic.
It looks-
You know.
I'm
kinda
healthily
does.
narcissistic.
It does look a little bit like you.
The nose.
We had a powwow with Ryan. We actually
The chin.
sat down and we said we want it to kind of be a little bit more feminine. We didn't know that it was going to be a person. And he took this because it's a Russian Imperial Stout. He just took this kind of like sexy Mother Russia is what he said, and that's how that bottle came about. And what the funny part is, if you look at the splatter work on the back of the label, I was getting tattooed. He's a tattoo artist as well. I was getting tattooed by him, and I walked up into a studio, and I saw these pages of this splatter work, and I said, "Ooh, this is amazing. What gallery are you working on?" And he goes, "That's my waste paper." I said, "That is
story.
beautiful in its own right."
Some
And he
Jackson Pollock.
incorporated the way that he actually does waste into our bottle, which kind of fits the theme of, everything can be reused. And the art that he's producing now has some of those things in it. So it's an organic, nice, wonderful process of getting to the art that is in the bottle, which we make, and the art that is outside of the bottle, which our supporting, team makes.
It's a really awesome label. I could see that being like the thumbnail for like a cool TV series. starring this sexy Mother Russia chick, whoever she is.
Sexy Mother Russia. Sexy Mother Russia.
Sexy Mother Russia.
Well, speaking of sexy, I want to get to John's beers.
Yeah, John, it's your turn.
You've got a beer in a bottle that I have aging in my fridge at home from last year, and it's taken a lot to not drink it.
You're allowed to drink it, you know.
I mean, I know I can, but I just wanted to know that I could also age it for another year on top of when I got it, which has been hard. But you got Brown Beard.
Yes, sir.
Which is such a phenomenal beer. I love
It's
that
funny
beer.
when I look at this bottle, it like reminds me of home because every time I open our mini fridge, this bottle is sitting there that
And you're not allowed to drink it.
Dan refuses to open.
There's no place like home.
I will at some point.
Well, that's why I brought these beers for you here, so you can drink these.
All right. Now, Brown Beard is COB aged in rum barrels, correct?
Sort of. It's
Sort
like
of?
an
I kind of feel
imperialized
like that's
COB.
not what we should be drinking next, though.
No, probably not. We should probably start with the sexy beer.
Oh.
Okay. Sexy beer?
Well, I didn't want to drink the
This
beer
is-
because Brandon drunk out of the pitcher.
Oh, whatever. She doesn't
Really?
have herpes. It's
So I am in between flare-ups.
This is the super secret
It's
double
okay.
IPA. It's called Sexy Goodies.
Oh, it's literally called Sexy Goodies?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. You did say that earlier.
Yep.
I kind of love that.
It's a double New England style
So
IPA
here, let's
with
just take my
lactose.
lighter and we're just going to run it around the rim before we pour it to kill off.
Wow.
I'm going to find you sometime when you're sleeping, and I'm going to drool in your mouth.
I'm not
I would
even-
actually kind of like
I thought
that.
that was,
This is why we saved the two of you for last.
Of
you
course.
can just
We have
edit
been
us right
last
out,
on a
and no one
lot.
will ever know.
Yeah, we've been last on a couple things.
Yep.
But I feel like that's a compliment. You're the encore.
I'm making a face
Oh, this
right
is
now.
good.
She's way more entertaining
It's
than I
the
am.
pretty girl and the old guy.
Well, I win.
I guess you kind of do, yeah.
That's very true. Yeah, who's laughing now?
This beer's really good.
Thank you.
This is very nice.
This is a work in progress. It's not quite where I want it to be. When I'm done, it'll be red.
What
okay.
What hops are in it?
Yes. Apollo, Calypso, Mosaic, and Citra. And Citra is lupulin powder.
Okay.
Everything else is pelletized.
I thought I got a hint of Simcoe in there.
You can get some of those notes from a lot of those hops.
Yeah, it's got some dankiness in there.
Little
Dankness. Dankosity.
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 Oh, I
That's
like
a good
that.
word.
I like that.
That's a good name for a beer.
Dankosity?
Dankification.
You are
You can have
welcome.
all of these.
Somebody write that down.
They're all yours.
You need to put it in your notes.
Danky Dank and the Dank
I'll
Hoods.
only take 1% for royalties.
No, he
So
can
you're gonna
have
get like $7.
No, I feel like
I'll agree with
that.
that. $7 more than I have right now.
No, this is what we owe him. You left it in the episode, so it's equally your fault as it is mine.
He had to.
I had to.
It affected the outcome of the game. We
And
couldn't
that's
cut
your
it
fault,
out.
so you owe him too.
Here, John, I got you some beer.
Hey, thanks. Who made this? Oh, wait.
It's got all the cooties.
All the drunk people are filing out right now.
Yeah.
And I
Not
want to thank
quietly.
Rich for keeping the drunk people off of our show because some of them tried to get on the mic.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a stage rush
I
by
am
some
so glad.
overzealous party goers.
I think there should be a pink velvet rope next time.
I think there should be.
I like that.
Yep.
Yes.
There should be. Are you on the list?
can do that.
No, you're not on the list.
The list.
You need to go now. And then you touch your ear and go, security, we have a problem.
I
That's what we need.
I wanted to give him a shout out and he left. Bearcat on beer, but then he also just tripped over a table that wasn't in his way.
Oh, no.
On the way out.
I thought I saw him running around.
Yeah.
He was on last year.
Hey, cheers to that guy because he's doing a beer podcast
He is,
too,
I know.
and trying to make it
Yeah.
happen, and that's awesome.
I'm excited to hear the podcast for Evil Genius.
Oh
that's
my
gonna be
God.
That's next week,
I
So-
have not been more excited about a podcast episode in a. Oh
and
my
we're
God.
doing it live. We're going to be on the
We're
PA
gonna
system.
have the PA
we just
system.
decided that randomly last night.
I saw
It was
your
Trevor's
post.
idea.
Your post about we've been waiting for this since 2013.
It's true.
and
They
you know,
were the very first professional brewers that ever came on our show, episode 7. And from the first episode, we talked to them about how we cannot wait until you have a place of your own and we can record
Yeah,
there.
to be fair,
and it's true.
And I should save this until that episode, but I'm going to say it now. I don't think we could have taken ourselves seriously if it wasn't for meeting them
That's
and having
true.
them on the show.
That's pretty true.
That
You're
was the
right.
first time we were like, we're actually doing
Oh,
something.
wait, real people in the beer industry want to
Yeah.
talk to us? Awesome.
I don't know them obviously as well as you do. You know, I was able to go and visit during the friends and family, opening of their Fishtown
Which was
location,
amazing that
which
night.
was amazing.
It was.
But through the internet and the interactions that I've had, I will say that they are probably a bunch of my favorite industry people.
Yeah,
And I don't know
agreed.
them
They're
super
awesome dudes.
well, but it's just the spirit there, and the fact that there's like this old school 90s entertainment center that has a tube TV that looks like holy.
Get the
I think someone dropped something, or there's a boob out.
It's this guy. I
Or
think
both.
I think
Wow.
his friend is embarrassed for him.
That's the guy that tried to get on our podcast.
Yeah.
But yes, I enjoy them.
It's going to be
Yeah,
epic.
and that like sort of like '90s kid throwback shit like that they do. I mean, it's great. And
You can't put a price on nostalgia.
exactly.
They're starting to clean up. I feel like we're going to get kicked off the stage
What is
soon.
that?
Oh, my God, there's more.
What is this? Is this cloudy with a chance of apricots?
be.
I think so. You set it down
I
here
think
like
it
an
is.
hour ago,
and then
it's just been sitting.
Probably.
That's cloudy
what
with a
it is?
chance of
Yeah.
apricots, and it's fucking amazing.
All right, so before we go,
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
before
keep doing
we
that.
wrap, we haven't even cracked open the brown beard. That's for the after party. I have a glass here because Artie recommended it, and I wanted to. We're at Appalachian and we haven't
Sure,
had
we haven't had
any
an Appalachian
beers. So this is their Imperial.
By the way,
grapefruit.
Artie is one of the coolest brewery owners in Pennsylvania.
he's awesome.
He is
He's
a
fantastic.
fucking boss.
He is a fucking boss. This is Appalachian Brewing Company Imperial Grapefruit Hefeweizen that I actually paid for at the bar.
You
because
paid for
I
it?
wanted to try it. Yes.
Artie, you're welcome.
And I've been sipping on it, and it's fucking delicious. But you guys can try it now.
I did try it. It is delicious.
I have not tried it yet.
I would like to try it.
It's really good.
Ooh, that's good. Well, I think while we're passing that around, we should probably
Yeah, let's do it.
start to, wrap everything
Wrap
up.
this up, yeah.
Of course, Brandon, John, thank you guys for coming up here.
Absolutely.
Thank you
Thanks
guys
for
for being
having us.
you as well.
You are two of our favorite people to have on the
Yes,
show.
you guys are long-term friends of the show, and it's so cool to say that we know you guys and we're friends with you guys. So thank you so much
yes,
for everything.
for sure.
Thanks for having us.
Of course.
We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Sorry I monopolized all the time with my words.
It's fine.
That's what you're allowed.
Yeah.
Brandon's words are bigger than everyone else's words.
But it's
Like
okay.
not like
That's pretty
syllable length. It's just they're just bigger.
Yeah.
She's a really great public speaker.
She speaks in size 24 font.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was
Well,
getting.
everyone else speaks in 12.
Yeah, exactly.
Bold face.
Of course.
You know, I black
All
out. I
caps.
know. I never remember what I say in any occasion.
That's
in any,
If
Probably a
only
good
someone
thing.
would record it and you could listen
I
to
Yeah,
it.
started
really good
recording
thing.
it. It was your suggestion, actually, and yeah. But thank you.
Just
Wow.
let Dan follow you with a...
My rate's like 30 an hour.
That's fair.
We make beer for a living, not money.
That's cheaper than my graphic designer, so you're higher.
All right. I'm in.
Can you
we
draw?
make beer for a living.
Don't
not
make
money.
promises you can't
Yeah,
keep.
right.
He'll be at
This
your
is
door
recorded.
tomorrow morning.
I'm serious.
Yes.
I pitched the idea
Yeah.
of doing like maybe a one-off fun
But-
little show with like the people from Zero
Yeah,
Day.
she wants her own reality show. You
Yeah,
know
To
it.
be fair, he's on retainer, so he gets to choose like when he's doing it. when
That's
he's
true.
not.
I just don't know if I'm.
Oh,
worthy
and Dan
of
and I
her
are going to
skills.
do a bonus podcast for our Patreons.
Stroke
you can
his
be on
ego.
that.
Yes.
We'll call you. You can phone in.
It puts
Speaking-
the lotion on
Speaking of
its
Patreon,
skin.
remember you can go to patreon.com/beerbusters and you
Give
can
us some of that sweet duff.
sign up to be a
Best beer
patron
fest ever.
for
I want to
Beer
know
Busters.
what her theme music would be.
There's
honestly.
What did you say?
What your theme music would be.
Oh, good lord.
I am a real American.
My theme music.
It's
would
going to be Lionel Richie right now. I can
No,
tell you.
it'd be "Shadows of the Night" by Pat Benatar, which is
Oh,
what,
perfect. Yes.
anytime I'm stressed, if I break out in "We're running with the shadows of the night," you better watch your fucking ass.
It's a good song.
Again, that's patreon.com/beerbusters.
It's like us dancing on ceiling's been pretty good. Okay.
Do you want to see Steph in a Chewbacca onesie? Do you want to see Brandon Lynn in her slave Leia outfit?
Or do you want to see me eat a slimy peep?
Wow.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All of the above. Go to patreon.com/beerbusters.
And of course,
Slimy peeps.
audibletrial.com/beerbusters. You can sign up for that free 30-day trial of an
You know
Audible
that's
account.
on the soundboard now.
Of course, it's going to
Forever.
be. There's so many clips I have from today that I'll pull at some point. audibletrial.com/beerbusters. Sign up for that free account. And download, listen to, and keep your own audiobook. So maybe when Brandon writes one, that'll be on Audible at some point.
She will totally write a book.
She'll write a pop-up book that'll find a way to be an audiobook.
No, it'll be
Papa.
the life and times of Brandolin, dictated but not read.
Of course.
That sounds about right.
Oh,
Perfect.
All right,
Jesus
hit the
Christ.
fucking button.
Well,
That was
unfortunately, this brings us to the end of another Little Big Beer Fest and another episode of Beer Busters. It's been an awesome day. Brandolin rage quit already.
Yes.
And she's
They're like, we've heard the
she's
outro
dragging
music before.
John
We don't
along
need to
with
do
him.
this.
And I know I say it every year. If you didn't make it out to this Little Big Beer Fest,
Then
you need
you're
to make it out to
stupid.
the next one. It's seriously, it's one of the coolest beer events. Bring your liver, and also bring a DD. And don't forget to eat food.
And
that's
pants.
here.
Don't forget
Don't
pants.
forget pants.
Pants are
Well,
optional.
I am Dan Baker, joined per usual by my co-host and brewologist.
Steph Hefner.
And the demented and fermented
Wayne Baker.
I don't think any squids were harmed in the making of this particular episode. We will see you next time, which is the long-awaited Evil Genius episode.
It pops in your mouth, not in your hand.